Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Black Sensei Society, episode 116. And today we got another great episode because we have a guest for this month. Like we said, we're going to have a guest every single month so we can talk with some other creators to have really good conversations. But this is not just any old guest because he's been on the podcast before several times. And it's always fun to have him around. What is good? King Lion, how you feeling?
I'm doing
Welcome back.
fine. I mean, you should have mentioned that even on TikTok, the highest viewed videos have my face on. I'm just saying.
You're not wrong.
I'm just
You're
saying.
not wrong.
I'm just saying.
Also,
Even till this day, I'm just saying.
Kinglion is coming out with a book series called Versus. It's featuring him. It's featuring another creator called Impound. Great dude. I mean, it's gonna basically be.
Oh no, that one is Impound versus Flame, and then the one I'm doing now is called Versus.
Right.
Yeah,
But I'm saying
so
no.
two of
I'm,
them.
no, yeah, right. But I'm saying y'all Impound's in that one too. But I'm saying multiple creators. I'm in there. I'll make a debut. Most of the people who are making independent manga, he's basically creating a verse where all of them are going to battle and have storylines, which is super cool. So you know what I'm saying. Lock in for that. He's doing a Kickstarter. Make sure you guys support all that stuff.
Yep, link in bio.
Sure, link in bio. We'll definitely go into that more because one of the overarching themes for this podcast episode in particular is talking about creating content, in particular comics or manga, as a black creator. I think that conversation can be very valuable, especially considering the brand we have as well the month we are currently in. So it's something worth talking about. The rest of y'all, my fellow compatriots, my boys, how y'all feeling?
Man, life is good, bro. Dealing with something in the household that I never thought I was gonna deal with is this four-letter word called lice on my kid's hair, and
Oh,
that's been a pain, especially
oh,
on my little one. Yeah,
Hmm.
so dealing with
oh.
that.
See, black people, we don't deal with that because life dies in our scalp, so we don't even.
Yeah.
It don't even try to find
I
residences.
you say that, and my little girl, she's dark skinned, she's black,
Oh,
and she's the one that caught it. So I was like, I didn't think it was gonna like if it was any of the two of them, it was gonna be the older one because she has like wavy hair and shit. But nah, it's the little one with curly
hold on. Is
hair,
it
and
is
I'm
it
like,
tight curl? If is it tight curls or loose curls?
tight curls.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say because I'm like, man, that's an anomaly. You got
They,
a unicorn on your hands.
hey, Katie, the new DLC for Lights drop now.
Nah, I swear to God, like I'm still like, what upgrade did they go through?
I ain't
Like,
never heard
it's
of
like,
it.
no, sir, we've upgraded. We've got a new
This shit,
program going on. Like, what?
this shit is different. It is
What?
different.
I'm over here feeling proud of that we actually don't get these. Like, actually, so my daughter, oh,
Yeah.
I know, and you can't just like, I know you can't just comb that. Oh, I know you
Mm-mm.
bad.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I know. Ooh, is she tender headed?
Yes.
Woo! Woo! Ty, do you understand what his day is like? Ty,
Hey
Ty.
man,
No,
we'll
and
keep her.
honest,
We'll keep it
and
up.
there is
Better.
I appreciate that because there's nothing worse that you're just there, you literally picking the hair out, and she's like crying, and you ask her, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, shit, bro,
Oh,
shit, break your heart every time.
He's like, look, this hurts me more than it hurts you, baby. I promise. I don't believe it. Okay, it's all right. It's all right. Mm.
All
Look,
right.
I bet after that, I bet he's like, damn, why couldn't we just get roaches? Like, I can deal with roaches. Get some raid.
How about no?
Neither. Miles, what's good? Lonnie, Random, Ty, and Miles. How about y'all? How y'all feeling?
I feel fine. I feel like I'm finna get jumped. I got all these guys around
Yep.
me. I'm like in the middle box at the bottom.
Jesus.
That's your
Hey, it's
stage
okay
right
though.
there.
Look, I told Ty, I like boxing.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, oh, line it up.
listen, King. I would never let them jump you unless
Hey.
unless you said Vegeta's a better dad than Goku. Then we all jump you.
Wait, say it again.
I would never let them jump you unless you said Vegeta's a better dad than Goku. Then I have to jump you.
See,
I'm gonna
see,
throw you to the wolves. Then
see.
that's just nonsense.
But you know what I'm
That's
gonna say
absolute
with that though. You know what I'm gonna say with that. You already know where I stand on that. So you was already setting me up. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Basically.
It's okay.
Come to the right side of history, man. Anyways,
Right side of history.
Mm.
Lonnie, Randall, Ty. I mean, Lonnie, the rest of y'all. Tell me your days.
Valentine's Day is expensive when you have birthdays on top
Bruh.
of that week. And then of course people come out the woodwork. So happy Valentine's Day. Happy bro.
Oh, it was Valentine's Day last week.
It's hard out here.
Bruh.
It's crazy.
Wait, you still paying for Valentine's Day stuff? Oh no, sir, we're way past that phase. Oh no.
I'm trying to get y'all at.
Mm-hmm. What you get me for Valentine's? To me, you get me. Have a good day. No, have a good day.
For me personally, I've been busy. Ironically, me and Santo are working on something behind the scenes for the pod, and I've been really headlong into that, plus a few other things I'm trying to get done. So it's just been pretty busy for me. I have to make up for Valentine's Day because of how busy I was. So
That's worse.
Dang, the IOU Valentine's.
He said, "I got to show you why you're with me."
yeah.
He had to renew his membership. That's how bad it was.
She watching right now.
I bet she's like,
She watching right now.
mm-hmm.
Brent Fayez. We all right.
Bro.
Nah, we good. That last album was trash. How dare you?
Let me chill. I'm just gonna say, Brent Fayez, I'm disappointed, bro. I'm disappointed.
Shit was ass.
I am so disappointed.
I'm not even the music guy, and I'm like, this was bad. Like, it was bad. I was expecting
Toxic Kings took a L that day. That's Toxic Kings took a L.
Miles, how you feeling?
I can't complain. First Valentine's Day in a long time being free. You know what I'm saying? Got to chill, set up some emulators, work on my computer, get drunk. I really got to enjoy myself this Valentine's Day. I didn't have to go outside. It's cold in New York. I didn't have to go outside. I didn't have to, you know what I'm saying? Go out the way, spend no bread, relax in the crib, relax from being at work all week, and just take it easy, man.
Miles, I'm a free jolly ass nigga.
Yeah, he said
you a
that shit like he
hating-ass
just got
nigga.
off the plantation. He was all like, first time I've been free in a long time.
Hey, hey, boy.
I didn't owe nobody nothing.
Escalator video where like the guy's going down the escalator with like the PS5 and all the other shit. And the other guy's with his girl, miserable as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Seems like everybody's doing good, which is good. I have a few warm-up things. We're going to start the conversation, then we'll get into the main topic. We'll probably wrap up with all the NBA convos because there's so much there to just dive into, but we'll save that for
KD.
very, very last.
Yeah.
Not only
Hey,
KD, the All-Star weekend, the NBA
sports
draft.
stuff. Just letting y'all know.
We in the same boat, Lion. I'm only basketball. They be wrestling, football. I'm not.
We locked in. All right. To start it, I did ask our Bonkai members on our YouTube channel, and I asked people in the Discord, what is a hot take or question you have for our esteemed guest for today's podcast episode? So we're going to start off with that. Then I have an interesting game we could play, and then we'll kind of get into the main topic, then the main course. So first thing, someone wants to ask Lion, and everybody can participate, by the way. But we'll start off with Mr. Lion over here. Jaden in the Discord asked you top 5 Marvel/DC characters.
Fuck. For what though? We talking about strength, power? What are we talking about?
That's all he said.
Maybe just your favorite.
Yeah, your favorite.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Okay. I'm like, if he's talking about strength and power, shit. Okay, we can do that. But if he's talking about like my favorites, let me see. Let's go with DC first. Number 1 is
Batman?
Bruce Wayne?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Hell no. I almost pushed that X button. Don't play with me. Hell no. That's how quickly I responded. He said, "Hey, what hell? Whoa, no, absolutely not. Hell, to hell, no, sir." First one will always be Flash because Flash is the best representation that DC has as an actual superhero, and I mean that by saying this: the Flash is the only. I'm not gonna say the only, but damn, you kind of can say only, but the Flash is one of the very few, we'll say that, very few characters in DC that you never really have to worry about. Clark, you always have to worry about because Clark is human. He's beyond human. He wasn't born without powers. He was born with them. So he doesn't know what it's like to really be human. That's why when he's Clark Kent, he's pretending to be us. When he's Superman, that's who he is. So if you kill his mother or his wife or his kids or you take somebody he loves as a human being, what would you do? If
Crash
somebody you
out.
love was taken from you, how would you not crash out? And that's his thing. Always trying to show people, no matter what happens, I'm just as human as you, and that's dangerous. Like, yeah, you are. You are just as human as we do. Batman, where's the kryptonite? You need to shoot him now, because I mean, look at every alternate Earth. Every time something bad happens, Clark then killed everybody. But Flash, I love him so much because not only was he born without powers, he understands what it's like to be not only the little man, but he understands that life can sometimes just get you, right? It
Mhm.
doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter where you come from. Everybody can have something taken from them. Everybody has, like most criminals aren't even criminals; they're just trying to survive, and he understands that. That's why Central City in DC is one of the safest cities in the DC universe because not only does Flash work with his criminals, he works with them so well that the police don't even have to get involved for crime to be solved. He'll just go to them. A kid got stolen. Y'all gonna give me some names? Hell yeah, it was Freddie, Jason, all of them. Yeah, they did all that. They on such and such Fifth Avenue. Go pick them up. And y'all think I'm playing? He does that. So Flash is like my number one. My next favorite is basically Rorschach from The Watchmen's. I love him. He's a better Batman. He's psychotic, but he's psychotic because of how he grew up. I'm not going to get into that because that's R rated. Um, Besides him, though, John Stewart is going to be number three. I know somebody's going to go, how do you have two white characters over John Stewart? Again, before I even knew who John Stewart was, I knew who the Flash was, and I know who Rorschach was. I didn't even know who John Stewart was as a character until he had a cameo, not a cameo, but until he was a character in Justice League Unlimited. A lot of kids didn't know who the hell John Stewart was, or like for instance, the first time I ever saw Cyborg was on Super Friends. I didn't know he was a part of the Teen Titans as a kid. I didn't know he had comics. I just thought this was a cartoon. Same thing with a lot of superhero characters. A lot of kids don't know these characters until they see them on TV. Then they go start, basically doing all the research. The next character after him would be Static Shock. Um, and my number five for me, uh, it would be Signal. It would be Signal. Somebody's gonna be upset when I say this, but I love Signal when he becomes a darker version of Batman. I say that because that version of Sentinel is the one that kills Batman's from across the multiverse. Like I don't know if y'all knew, but in DC,
I never
Batman,
heard of Signal before, to be honest.
yeah, Signal is one of Batman's. He's not a Robin, but he's one of Batman's sidekicks. But there's a timeline where he basically grows up as a defender and then basically becomes like he stops being a defender and sees that everything that's wrong with DC is really Batman, and he goes off to throughout the multiverse, killing Batman until eventually he
Damn.
finds out. Yeah, he finds out that there is an actual secret order or of Batman across the multiverse, right? Where Batman come together and they try to basically figure out how to better Batman as not only as an ideology, but better his worlds individually. He finds that and goes and starts killing them like it's nothing. Um, that's all I'm gonna say for right now. If you guys want to go check that out, y'all need to go. You need to go look that up. I'm not gonna give nothing else away for that one. But for when it comes to Marvel, my top five for Marvel: Ghost Rider, Silver Surfer, Scarlet Witch. See how easy it is for me to say all that. Um, um, dang, what are my other two? Hmm, hmm.
No Deadpool love?
God no.
Oh, you said God no, like I'm disrespecting him. Okay.
Deadpool is cool. I think he's a great character. He's definitely in the comics a great father. He is a really good dad, y'all. I'm not kidding. That man be on it. And he's got two kids. One of them is actually a carnage symbiote that turns into a hyena that was actually born out of him. So he birthed that baby himself. Look, he's like, wait a minute. Wait a
There was
minute.
just a lot going on real fast.
Yeah,
Right?
like, he basically he got kidnapped and experimented on, and they impregnated him with a carnage symbiote. Carnage, not carnage, but symbiotes, period, are blank slates. They inherit the traits around them or the host that they encounter, like diamonds, like crystals. Crystals inherit the traits around them, which give them, their different shapes, colors, etc. Symbiotes are based off of the personality or traits of the host that they've experienced. Because she was born out of Deadpool, sure, she's a killer, but she's a good killer. She's a good girl, we'll put it like that. But she prefers the shape of a hyena. So yeah, he has a daughter and there's two daughters. So yeah. See, you didn't know that, did you?
All right.
Anyway.
Mm-mm.
Dang. I'm really trying to get the last two because my top three is all again Ghost Rider, Silver Surfer, Scarlet Witch. Dang. Do I even need another two? I'll say damn.
Lion, Marvel seeming weak, bro. You can't think of two more
That-
people.
Well, no,
I'm
well,
saying
he-
DC, you
well,
had
he-
the
no, well, he-
characters, explanations.
Well,
You
no,
making
no,
Marvel
he-
seem weak.
No, he said he didn't say no, he didn't say top strong. He said my favorite.
I'm not even saying strong. I'm saying more so like Marvel must be what? You can't point them.
No. It's not that. It's just like I like them all, but if I'm going like my top this, my top that, it's just like with Marvel, like Johnny, Silver Surfer, and Scarlet Witch are just they're just I really love their stories. To go off to every other character, they have great stories too. I just really love those three. Damn, if I guess damn, because it's hard. Like I don't want to sit here and be all like these two will be in my top five, even though I'm not gonna say I've read everything, but like damn,
Feeling like Spider-Man's the traditional favorite that people like regarding Marvel.
He been going through
Black
it.
Panther.
Any X-Men you like?
damn, X-Men would be Legion and Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler's tough.
Peter Parker will always be the GOAT no matter what, and he's my favorite Spider-Man of all the Spider-Man. But Peter Parker, I don't know about putting him in my top five because I know Peter. I know who Peter is. I know his character. Damn.
Damn, King Lion at a loss for words?
Because I'm trying to like
No,
because somebody's gonna clip that and go, well, you said your top five was this and yada yada. And I'm just like,
I'm definitely clipping that. You don't got to worry about that. We got
that's
you.
what I'm saying. Because I'm not trying to lie to nobody. And go, oh yeah, those are my. Well, I just said that. I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
Have you never said your top five before?
No, I've always just kept like anytime somebody asks me, because here's the rule of thumb on social media. When people ask you what your favorite shit is, they're usually doing that as a way to gauge you as a person or put you in a fucking box. So you never want to like when people say, hey, what's your favorite, blah, blah. Like it's always some shit like, hey,
I get what you're
An
saying.
ulterior motive type thing.
They ready to jump on you.
yeah, and as soon as you give them
Yeah.
that, I'm like, oh, see, I knew you was a piece of shit, bitch. Wait, what the fuck?
I ain't
know.
gonna lie, man. I love putting niggas in boxes, man.
Like
This
I
is
bet
crazy.
I bet you do, slave owner. I bet you do.
Like,
Dang.
Oh, big slave owner. Magneto. Definitely Magneto. Definitely Magneto. And
Shout
it's
out
only
Magneto.
because you said what?
I said shout out Magneto.
No, because Magneto was always like, as a kid, we always thought he was a villain because we weren't old enough to understand what we were watching when we watched the X-Men show, right? When you start reading Magneto, you find out Magneto is a hero. Professor Xavier, you need to go to jail. You need to be in jail with your nasty ass. Hugh Hefner, you need to go to jail. Like, do y'all know how
Hugh
Professor
Hefner
Xavier...
is crazy,
That is
bro.
No,
wild.
bro. Hold on. Do you know about Xavier?
I know what I've seen on movies and TV. That's it.
Oh no, sir. Xavier used to have impure thoughts about his students, specifically Jean
Oh
Grey.
yeah, I didn't know about all that.
And
I
when
didn't
he
know about
when
that.
he met Storm, when he met Storm, he went to Africa and he saw Storm butt ass naked with no drawers on, just a cloth over her ass with no bra on, just flying in the sky, and lied to her
What
just
the
to get her back to
hell?
America. Like she just confronted his ass about this. She was like, "Remember how you lied to me and said that I wasn't a goddess, that I was just some mutant?" Oh, Storm, that was so long. Oh hell no! You lied and manipulated me like you did everybody else to get us in your little house of horrors. Stop playing. Like no, stop the bullshit.
House of Horrors.
Like I'm no Xavier jail. Your ass deserve. That's why. No, if you read the comics right now, Scott hates him. Scott does not want him back at all. Like Xavier was in jail. Rogue tried to save him, and Scott was in hell no. Keep him where his ass is. He's one of us. No, the hell he's not. You let him out. It all goes back to the way it was. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. We will not be free as a people if he gets out. He needs to stay his ass there. And they actually fought. They actually threw hands over him. Like it's Xavier jail. Throw the key away. Your ass goes to jail.
Damn,
Nasty bitch.
crazy.
Anyway,
Lord.
you got look y'all. Y'all got to read more comics. I'm telling y'all, boy, Xavier is not. He ain't what you think he is. No, sir. Okay. Hold on. Shit.
Yeah, last one.
I did have a question about his DC list when he's done.
Fuck. I'm gonna say Anansi. I'm gonna say Anansi for number 5. I'll say Anansi. And if you guys don't know who Anansi is, Anansi the Spider is the first Spider-Man. He's the reason all Spider characters are who they are today. All their powers and abilities, their stories, all of that. He is not only the god of spiders, but he is also the god of stories within the Marvel Universe. And he's also related to Thor because his mama is nasty. He's also
Damn.
related to, yeah, I'm not playing. He's also related to Bass. Bass is his sister. And yeah, it's Gaia is trifling. We'll just put it that way. She's trifling. She for everybody. She for everybody. She has a legion of children. She is for everybody. I'm not even kidding. Again, Thor is a Norse god, and he's related to African gods.
Yeah.
Damn.
His mother is nasty. Anyway, but what was the question for my DC?
Because you said a lot of characters that were like Batman or like surrounding Batman. What would DC have to do, or what like would they have to fix or change about Batman for him to like elevate for you?
It has nothing to do with Batman. It's the fandom. So you have to understand how Batman works.
Huh.
Batman is not a comic book character anymore. He's a living being. He's a person. He's a real person. Now I know some people are gonna go, what? But you have to understand when Superman died, go watch the news stations when that happened. People thought a person died. They thought a living person, a family member got passed away. The problem is that people latch on to these characters so much that there's only so much you can do with these characters without having people lose their minds or hurt themselves or do something to themselves because you change that character who they view as themselves, effectively thinking it's a god. They worship it. So the companies are only going to do so much. And that's why, like, when you do certain characters, you can't, like, if you change the color or if you make him say something he normally wouldn't say, the super fans will catch that, and it will just be hell all over. The fandom has to grow up because if Batman kills, it'll break their psyche. And don't get me wrong, Batman killed recently in DCKO. He killed Joker, but there's no consequences because DCKO, nobody's death is permanent. He'll come back, so it doesn't matter. They can do shit like that there, right?
Mhm.
The fandom as a whole, a lot of y'all ain't grown the fuck up. These characters stay the way they are because you, again, like when people say we want to see Peter have a family and have and have kids and we want to see him, no the fuck you don't, because the minute they do that shit, then you'll start calling him old. You will literally view him as an old man. He won't be the young Peter Parker. You'll be like, oh fuck, he's grown now. Oh shit, and sadly enough, it'll change your psyche. And I know some people are going, what? That's not. Yes, the fuck it is. Like, if you look at the fandom as a whole for what it is, you can barely change anything about certain characters without motherfuckers just losing their mind. It don't matter what. He wouldn't say that. That wouldn't happen. Like that's just how. Like you have fans when they fucked over Peter Parker's story recently. The reason why the writer couldn't go to Comic-Con is because the fans were threatening to do something to him. Hell, look at the anime community. What happens when shit doesn't go your way? Who gets threatened? So it's people are fucking crazy. People do shit like that, and you have no self-control. So it's not like, well, what can they do to elevate Batman to the it's you. You gotta grow the fuck up and you gotta demand that they elevate him. Other than that, it don't matter what I say, they're gonna keep his ass the same way he is, because here's the reality of it. For anybody asking, or for anybody who would ask me, why do I hate Batman or whatever, why the fuck do you love him? He's a manipulative asshole who puts his hands on fucking women and children. He endangers women and children. He endangers the lives of innocent fucking people on a day-by-day basis. And everything I just fucking told you, he has said himself in his own goddamn comics. He don't even give a fuck about the law. Matter of fact, the law even gives him immunity. He can inadvertently kill 20 fucking people. He's not going to jail. He can beat the fuck out of somebody in an alley. You think they'll hold him for charges? Fuck no. He beat Dr. Freeze in an alley while he was a free man. Again, free. Did his time in jail. They let him out for good behavior. He was good. But because Batman suspected him of a crime, he beat the dog shit out that man, pinned a crime on him, and Bruce Wayne had to go bail him out of prison. And do you think they put Batman up for court for that? Fuck no. Why? Because it's Batman. And he said it himself. I don't give a fuck about law and order. I'm not kidding. He literally told Red Hood to his face, I know how you feel about law and order and doing things the right way. No, the fuck, I don't care about that shit. I ain't never cared about that shit. He goes, so why are you always on me about it, bitch? Because it's do as I say, not as I do. I don't want to hear that shit. That's how he is. And they tell him this shit all the time in the comments. He's a fucked up, he's not even a hero. He's a fucked up individual who's mentally ill, and his way of dealing with his mental illness is beating the fuck out of people and being a terrible, crippling human being. Hell, he sacrifices his own kids to win battles. That was recent. And Batman was like 150 something. He sacrificed Red Hood again to beat Failsafe, a psychotic fucking robot he created that was out here getting people killed. Do you think anybody put him up for crimes for that? Fuck no. When absolute power happened and all the superheroes on Earth got their powers taken and got put in prison and the shit beat out of them, do you think anybody held Batman accountable? Fuck no. Did he have to stay in court? Absolutely not. But if that had been anybody else in Marvel, except their ass would have went to jail. Hell, Captain America put his ass in jail on his own one time. He said, stop! Look at the city! Look what we're doing! Fuck it, I give up. Put me in jail right now. It was like, you sure can't? Yes. Yes, because we're not being heroes right now. The city is in turmoil, and it's our fault. Lock my ass up. And they locked his Captain America ass up. So, yeah, it's fuck Batman. And it's fuck Batman because y'all don't want that motherfucker to grow. You don't.
All
you
right,
don't want
valid.
to grow.
I
You don't
think
want to
there's
change. It's that simple.
There's something intuitive to that in the sense that that applies across fan bases in terms of their want of nostalgia, but also wanting only the things that they like to be happening consistently. So that is a very interesting analysis.
Shit, just hold on. Just explain why Goku is still here and the lead character and not Gohan or nobody else.
Ty, I can't hear you.
Ty, stay the Batman, bro. Stay the Batman.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You have no to
I remember a particular fandom. I remember a particular fandom crying like a bitch because Goku was just in everything and then he died. And
wait.
Cried like a bitch to have him back.
Hold on a second. Something we know is that fans don't know what the fuck they want. Let's be for real.
Is that not what I'm saying?
Hold on a second.
Hold on.
King. I'll tell you what actually happened in the books and what happened with the
result. We're not talking about the books. We're talking about pure fandom. We're talking about pure fandom.
You missed what I'm saying. I'm talking about
you missed what I'm saying.
Yeah, King, you missed what I'm saying. I'm talking about the performance. When Gohan was the lead dog, Goku was still leading the popularity polls.
Gotcha.
When Gohan was lead dog,
gotcha.
The story was declining, and then Goku came back. There's a reason why Torben said he didn't fit the bill. He didn't fit the bill.
That's the point of what I'm talking about. Like the fandom will say they want this, that, and the third, but you won't give nothing else a chance. You won't. You won't give shit else a chance. You will bitch and complain about wanting this and wanting that, then you get it.
He's not protagonist material.
And
you're putting a ceiling on the boy Gohan?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking about he is the story shows multiple times he is not an active character. You need an active
because
protagonist.
He's definitely not an athlete. You would have to change his character arc.
Yeah.
So I'm just telling y'all what based on the story, he's not an active character. He's not protagonist material. And niggas like lying. Gotta get over it, man.
No,
So
hell, no,
All right.
no, that's not what it is. That's
wait,
not what it is.
actually,
Wait, we're gonna have to put a pause because I know this is about to go on a tangent.
It was.
I'm gonna have one more. I know the boxing ones. Usually I'll let it go, but a few things that we want to get across for today's episode. I got a hot take someone said on YouTube. I'm not reading everybody's hot takes and questions. We don't have enough time. But one guy on the YouTube, our boy Kent, anime Spurs fan, he has a hot take that everybody should react to. This is what he said. Nightwing and Starfire should have had a child that later on became the greatest Green Lantern in all DC Comics history.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Hating on the love story?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
which part of the
Real quick,
matrimony
why
fucked
not?
it up for you, Nightwing or Starfire?
No. I think Nightwing and Starfire should have been together. I think that's what that should have been a relationship that stuck, but it didn't. He's with Barbara Gordon for some fucking reason. I don't know how you give up orange yams, citrus,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying.
2026 orange jams.
Honestly, our motto is that we're family friendly.
Orange.
We are family friendly, but I'm just saying, there's a
Yeah, we're definitely family.
No, there's a literal book where she literally comes to the door because she wants to be with Nightwing, right?
Mhm.
And Starfire opens the door and she's in her drawers in his jacket. And she's like, "Hello, Barbara," and I'm here and they're just taking a shower after just getting nasty, and I'm just like, you wanted him that bad that even after you saw that, I'll still take him back. I need him. I need Grayson. I'm sick for him. But that is the relationship that I think above anything else not only should have worked. I think they should have had a child together. And I think it would have been so great for that kid to be a Nightwing, but I guess a space Nightwing, not a Green Lantern. I don't know what does he need a ring for? Literally, what does he need a ring for? If his mother is Starfire and his father is Nightwing, he don't need no ring. He's a walking powerhouse. What would you need a ring for? That would take away from who he is as a character. What would he need? What would he need a ring for? What would the ring do for him?
Fair enough. You heard him, Kent. Okay, gentlemen, little quick game. Basically, anybody can go give out their answer. We'll see who knows ball. But I'm gonna call this game like a guess who type, maybe an alteration of what Santo has done before. But basically, I'm gonna give a description, and you're gonna tell me whether this is an anime or it's a comic book. And then you, if you want to get an extra point, you have to tell me the series it comes from. I don't think these are too hard, but I see it in front of me, so maybe I'm biased. And whoever's ready, once you go, you can't go again until everybody goes. So everybody understands the game?
Gotta guess if it's a comic book character.
No, you gotta guess if it's a comic or
anime. Yeah.
Comic? Am I talking about a comic book or an anime?
Right.
All right, let's do this. All right, first one up. An overpowered teenager with psychic abilities wants absolutely nothing to do with heroism. He spends most of his time trying to avoid attention, but the chaos of the world and bizarre people in his life won't leave him alone.
Can I go first?
Let me go.
Oh, I should have done a buzzer system.
Let me go.
Yeah, I caught it.
I'm the guest.
No, Ty said, "Can I go?"
No, let me go. No, come on. I'm the guest.
No.
I'm the guest.
All right, fine. Go ahead. I'll go second though.
All right, there we go.
Anime.
Correct. Can you guess the anime?
I think it's the one where the old boy has pink hair and glasses.
That's correct.
I knew
Disastrous Life of Psyche K.
I knew
Dang
it.
it.
I knew it.
Okay.
That's crazy. And I'm the comic book guy. I knew it. Anyway, you got it.
All right. Next one up. A teenager takes over for a retired legend in futuristic city where an advanced tech to fight a new generation of threats. His mentor watches from the sidelines, but the new blood has to earn respect on his own terms.
I got it.
He was the only one who raised his hand.
No,
So I'm lying.
I got it.
Random, you raised it
Random
afterwards. I
has
saw
his
it, but it
hand?
was after.
I got it. That is Batman Beyond.
Mhm.
That's correct. It's
Yeah.
first come, first serve. So whoever I see first, raise your hand.
All right.
That's two.
Okay,
y'all.
that's two for line. That's two for line. All right, next one up. A young man inherits powers from his father and quickly learns that being a hero isn't black and white. What starts as a street level fight escalates into an intergalactic conflict where the line between protector and monster gets dangerously thin. Lonnie.
Is that Invincible?
It's Invincible.
I was thinking that.
Point for
I was
Lonnie.
thinking, you know what I was thinking? Like, I was like, inherited sounds like they gave it to him opposed to he was born with it. That's what it sounded like. I was like, what?
I was trying to let y'all get one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All
No,
right.
Lonnie, you earned that, Lonnie. You earned that. He ain't have it.
Mud. Out the
Oh,
mud.
crazy. Couple more. A dead man is brought back to life with dark, otherworldly power, bonded to his body, trapped between two cosmic forces fighting for his loyalty. He wages a brutal war in the shadows of a decaying city.
Oh,
Lion.
Spawn.
That's correct.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Okay, we got some more. Don't worry. The comeback is here. A troubled teenager suddenly gains the ability to interact with the spirit world and is handed on an oversized weapon.
I
to
called it.
protect
I
from
called
its
it first.
souls.
I had that one. It's Ichigo, bro. Is that Bleach? That gotta be Bleach, bro. That has to be Bleach.
Why do you, are we allowing Ty to just give the answer?
Bro, come on, bro. Serious.
I
You
didn't
gotta,
see-
you,
I
got,
didn't
you, gotta,
see a
you gotta
hand.
watch that screen. You gotta watch that screen. Riddell.
Yeah, I have to look here and here at the same time. It's like,
Wait.
Hey, yo, give me a point, Riddell.
That is
okay, you know,
Ty
Ty
said,
gets
let me
the point.
have
Ty gets the
something.
point.
I was about to say, see, as a Bleach fan, I knew that.
If you didn't say oversized, it would have
Oh,
been
you let him take. Oh, that's
As a
tough.
Bleach fan, I
The hate watch.
hate watch.
That's tough.
I like
Alright,
Bleach
few
more than
more.
you, actually.
Few more. In a society where superhuman abilities are the norm, one powerless Ty.
That's not.
Is that
Damn,
my,
you already know.
is that my hero?
Sky's blue.
My hero?
Yeah, that's my hero.
All right, I got two,
Sky's
baby.
blue.
Hey, yo, man, let's go.
That's why I say you already. That was too easy. Like the way he said it, I was like,
After losing nearly everyone he loves to a supernatural massacre, a boy trains in an ancient combat art and hunts the very creatures that destroy his world, all while trying to save someone close to him who's no longer human or fully human.
Attack on Titan? No.
Incorrect. That's Ty's guess. Incorrect.
Oh, they said correct.
Incorrect.
All right, nigga, I heard you.
wait, say it again. Say it again.
I'll say it again. After losing nearly everyone he loves to a supernatural massacre, a boy trains in an ancient combat art and hunts the very creatures that destroy his world, all while trying to save someone close to him who's no longer fully human.
Massacre.
Oh, is that Demon Slayer?
That is Demon Slayer.
Oh, Demon Slayer.
Oh wow.
Wait, say that shit one more time.
Yeah, say it again.
Supernatural massacre.
After losing nearly everyone he loves to
All
a
that nearly
supernatural
part.
massacre, a boy trains in an ancient combat art and hunts the very creatures that destroy his world, all while trying to save someone close to him who's no longer fully human.
Right, Demon Slayer. That is Demon Slayer. I'm tripping.
Okay. So it's 3-2-2. Everybody's nil. There's 10 of them. So is that 6?
7.
Couple more.
Yeah, 7.
Seven?
Three more.
Humanity survives behind massive fortifications.
I got. Attack on
I
Titan.
raised my hand up first.
What's up?
Yo,
You can't be doing that.
Because if he just gonna yell out the answer, there ain't no way we can win.
I can't do anything. I can't do it. He's just yelling it out.
He gonna raise his hand late and just say the answer. How am I supposed to win?
I'm gonna lay out there.
I raised my hand. Lie. Did I not raise my hand first? Come on, man. I literally said Attack on Titan.
Depending on what you guys say, I will not allow him to get the point. I'll let him be a
He got it right. He got it right.
You got it right.
You got it right.
What do you want us to do?
You got it right.
Also, what are
I'm
questions? You're making us figure it out in like 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, like the minute he
I
said
can't do
Time
time.
order.
revolves around massive border.
4 to
Yeah,
5.
I was like, Attack on Titan.
All right, next one. So we got 3-3-2. Okay. A rugged loner with a mysterious past and an unbreakable skeleton wanders from.
It's Ghost Rider.
Mine.
That's incorrect.
Dang it.
Lion.
Mine. Say it one more time. One more time.
A rugged loner with a mysterious past and an unbreakable skeleton.
Oh, yeah, that's Wolverine.
wanders. That is Wolverine.
Oh, Unbreakable Skeleton. Oh my god, I'm thinking.
You know what? That's what you get, Ty. That's what you get.
He heard rugged Ghost Rider.
I described that.
Oh, he said unbreakable skeleton. Ghost Rider. I was like, what? Hey, that's mine.
He heard skeleton and just went.
I only heard skeleton. That's all I heard.
All right, last one. Lottie could tie for second. Ty could tie for first, or someone could play spoiler and not allow anybody to win besides Lion. A disfigured, fast healing fighter with a mouth that never stops.
Deadpool.
Lonnie, yeah, Lottie got it. Lottie, that is Deadpool.
Miles, it don't
Miles,
matter, bro.
Nah, hold up. I'm gonna watch
it
the
don't
screen
even
real quick.
Miles, it don't even matter.
I think Lottie was real.
Yeah, I got a question.
We gave up on raising your hand, bro.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, Lonnie smoked me. He did.
No.
Yeah, he got
I watched it. No, not just before. That nigga smoked me.
Hold on. But but did I win?
You won.
You did.
You won within what I allowed.
Gotcha.
We treat our guests good over here.
I'm the comic book guy. I'm just saying. I named all my shit. I'm just saying.
I mean, you named comic niggas, man.
I'm just saying, chat. We let our guests win and we let them feel good because we're a welcoming podcast.
Hey, the lies you tell. Good job. I got you. We got Ty fucking up on camera. I don't want to hear that.
Hey man, all I know is I got most anime ones.
Ghost Rider.
Hey, listen. I'm an anime nigga. I don't read comics.
I read both. I'm a double-edged sword, sir. I'm a double-edged sword. Sorry,
hey, man.
All right. Well, let's get into the main topic. Now, in order to start this conversation, it's pretty simple. When it comes down to creating manga or stories, this is still a relatively new thing, especially for like the Black culture, so to speak. It's now popping up with figures like Line really starting it up. Ty obviously creating his own manga. So I want you guys to kind of go and tell us like how you started doing that. What are the things that you learned on your way of doing that to really help people understand how kind of get into the scene or what things they can learn from in this conversation in particular.
Ty, you want to go first?
No, you go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, so first things first, when it comes to me, like I've been watching anime longer than I had been reading comics, right? The first anime that I can say was an anime for me was Samurai Pizza Cats. Like that was my first legitimate like anime style cartoon that I watched as a kid. If you don't know what Samurai Pizza Cats is, I'm gonna fucking tell you. Anyway, that's me telling my age. Anyway, as I got older, you know, a lot of kids don't have the opportunity to read comics or read mangas. Everything you learn is from television, right? But as I started reading those characters and I started learning about who they were and where they came from, I realized that media and comics or manga really aren't the same to an extent, right? When it comes to manga's more accurate to the television than comics is. Because comics, you know, it works off of like different universes, etc. But I really loved Muhammad Ali and Stan Lee when I was a kid, and those were my idols. I wanted to be like them so bad, and I was like, I think like with Muhammad Ali, I wanted to change the world. With Stan Lee, I wanted to make something that changed people, right? And when I thought about that, I had to really sit down and think to myself, what could I make that would do that? Would it be a superhero comic or a manga or what? Like could I show Black people as ninjas, or could I show Black people as superheroes, or like how do I go about that? And then what I realized is the best thing to do is to really do your own, to be as original as possible, to do what nobody else is doing, right? And that's what really kind of started me on that path. And I remember trying to think about just the power system. I think when I was in high school, I spent so much time just thinking, I'm not kidding, just thinking about the power system as a kid. And I kept thinking, okay, maybe I could do chi, or maybe I could do this, or I could do that. And I'm just like, nah, it's gotta be some shit that nobody else has fucking done. And then I thought about it, I was like, huh, when Ichigo transforms, his skin turns white, his eyes turn black. But they don't ever explain why that shit happens. They don't explain why that happens to a lot of characters in fiction, period. And I thought to myself, I was like, what if I used melanin? What if what if I turned melanin into a power or into a power system? Or what if I took it a step further and I made that shit like venom and I made it like a symbiote? What if no, no, what if I went further than that and I made it like Gaia? Like what if it comes from a sentient source that gives it sentience, that connects to sentience and just builds this never-ending web of possibility. And then I went to work. I spent my years in high school literally going to work, thinking about it, ironing it out, where it came from, etc. And that's when I thought about Flame, and that's when I really started putting everything together. I used to work at FedEx, and I remember I got tired of working there, and I really wanted to become like a comic book creator. So I had talked to my wife, and I had asked her. I said, "Hey, is there any possible way that me like you can help me bring this to life?" And she looked at it. She goes, "I think the story's good." I still have the original story, by the way. She goes, "I think it's good. I'm good at drawing portraits. I've never drawn comics before. I don't know how to draw myself, but you can draw all this." She goes, "Yes, but you have to understand when drawing comic books is different because it's panel by panel and each panel has to be consistent. I'm not used to that yet, and I'm drawing small action-packed scenes. I've just never done it." And I'm like, well, it can be a learning process. Like, I'm not saying the first one has to be perfect, but we can learn as we go. And she was like, okay, okay, let's go. So we did it, and now we have 15 books, and we are now on our third series, and we have about eight more series coming that we already announced. And I think one of the coolest things about us is that not only are we a black couple that's doing that, but we've sold thousands upon thousands upon thousands of copies. Like, I remember when Flame first released, I'm the only person in comic book history, not just as a black person, just comic book or even manga, to release 6 books at the same time on release day. Normally, when you release for a series, you release in issue number one. I released issue 1 through 6, and we did $20,000 on the first day. That was my first sales day and my first release for Flame. It was 20K, and Flame has gone on to make it's a lot. Let's just say it's a lot. Um, Even on my re-release, I sold hundreds. I mean, hundreds of copies, and I sold on my next printing issue 1 all the way to 15, including an omnibus. And the omnibus we sold for 160 something, and we sold a couple hundred of those. So I think when it comes to comic book content creation, or when it just comes to being a manga creator or whatever, I think the best advice I can give anybody is no idea is a bad idea, but you have to get started. No matter how bad it is, you have to get started. Even if the work sucks, even if you think it's trash or you don't think the art's really really good, you never know what's going to happen. So you have to get started and finish that first work because you never know what it'll become later on. And I think the best thing about it is the fact that like your first book, the first thing you publish, will always be the thing you look back on to show where you started and where you are now. Because I tell people all the time, today's art is not tomorrow's art. That's one of my little slangs. So it's like take what you have today because it's not a failure. It no matter what anybody says, it will even if it bombs, it's not a failure because it shows that you completed something, you got your start, and now it's only uphill from here. And every time you finish a project, you get to look back at that number one and go, damn, that's where I was. And this is where I'm at now. And it's like, it's the greatest motivator because nobody, and I mean nobody in this world is a perfect writer. Nobody is a perfect artist. Everybody's missing something, but you have to start to kind of grow that and iron all that out. So, yeah, Ty, you can go.
W Line. It's funny because one of the earliest times when I was working my story, I had a long conversation with King Lion on live about self publishing. It's not as scary as people think it is. It is honestly one of the most fulfilling things to actually say I have a book. But before you go there, the biggest advice I can give people is learn how to study storytelling. Actually, learn how to write a story. I did not know how to write a story when I produced my 2 books. I actually had no idea. So I think these past 2 years of me like writing multiple scripts, creating multiple one shots, I haven't even released yet. I have like 3 or 4 one shots on my iPad that I wrote just to practice storytelling. Like that is probably the biggest thing you should learn how to do is learn how to write, learn how to market. I think one of the best marketers in the game is obviously Kinglion. He's one of the best at marketing a story. If he knows how to get people to buy. So learning how to study storytelling, learning how to study marketing. You have those 2 things, you can pretty much have any successful story. So right now I'm still in that study stage. And I'm actually finally getting back to working on my serialized story. So it took me much longer than it would have if I had studied from the very beginning. But it was a good for me to get my feet out there, get used to publishing, get used to feedback, all that stuff. So I'm glad I got all that out. So now I'm not even concerned about it because part of me I was hooked on that dopamine effect of me performing well on like these publishing websites. I was performing well, all that stuff, and so I just kept producing opposed to taking a step back to look at, is this actually quality that I'm proud of? And I wasn't at the time. So that's why one of the reasons I was convinced. I was talking to a lot of my mutuals who are writing stories. One of them, Michael Matlock, friend of me and King Lions, convinced me to restart because I need to actually study. So if you think about writing a story, study 3x story structure. Look at what a lot of professional mangaka do. One of the most helpful things is Kishimoto has these journals for the first 100 chapters of Naruto. And he explains a lot of his process. A lot of good stuff is in there. A lot of author interviews. I have one of the books from my Toriyama's editor. He explained a lot of things about writing characters that are active, which is why Gohan wouldn't fit it. He talked about how he basically talked about how Goku was like Gohan for the first 24 chapters of Dragon Ball, and it was plummeting and weekly rankings and was going to get canceled. That's what happens when you have a character like Gohan as your protagonist, right? But anyways, make sure that you study storytelling, research what the great stuff say about storytelling as much as you can, and you will be fine. So.
Can I add one more thing?
Go for it.
I promise I'm not gonna take a shot at Ty, even though I want to so bad. Damn, I want to so bad. Anyway,
I love you, King.
I don't say that now. Don't say it anyway. You're gonna leave Gohan and Vegeta alone. That's all I know. Anyway, if you are trying to be a writer, the best equipment that you can have is your phone and an iPad. So Notepad is your best friend. I'm not even kidding. So if you have if you get yourself an iPad or you just get your cell phone, use the Notepad app. And I use the Notepad app all the time to not only write all my stories, but it's a good way to you can storyboard in there, you can do everything. So as you guys can see, hold on a second. I don't know if y'all can see it, but everything in my Notepad from characters, all that is here, right? So all my writing for everything. If I want to do a character sheet, if I'm writing out the script for a character, all that is within my Notepad. All of it. And I think everybody, if you're trying to write, Apple is like the best device to get because you can do it on your phone, you can do this on your iPad, and just use Notepad. Voice text is your best friend. Sometimes what I'll do is, and this is gonna sound so bougie, I'll actually rent out a space at a restaurant or whatever just for myself, and I'll have my iPad up, I'll have my headphones in my ears, and I will literally be just writing in an area on my own. And sometimes when I'm in the house, I'll have my iPad up and I'll be walking around writing. And if I don't like it, I'll delete it, etc. But another good thing to do when you're writing comics is don't just write it, say it. If how you say it doesn't come out smooth, start over. Because the problem is how you write and how you read in your head is not how it actually sounds when it comes out your mouth. So a lot of things that I do is when I'm writing something and I put it on paper, I'll literally reread it in the same emotion I'm trying to convey to my audience. And if it's not coming out of my mouth the way that I wrote it, then you have to reconstruct it. It needs to come out smooth. It needs to convey the emotions you want to convey. And when you read it, you need to like read it as if you're that character having that emotion in that moment. And I promise you, if you do that, that's how you learn how to put like not only different personalities for each character, but how to write emotion into those characters. It's a big tool that I use where again, just speak what you're writing, speak it out loud, and try to speak it in the emotion you're trying to convey. So,
Oh, I got one more thing. One last thing. You need an editor. Everything that is written and published has an editor. Whether you're talking about a newspaper, whether you're talking about a science textbook, they have editors. You need an editor to review your stuff. You need someone that has a deep understanding of storytelling to help guide you. Every time, and that's one of the most helpful things about when I was reading that book from Toriyama's editor. He was talking about when Dragon Ball was declining after the first few chapters. Him and his editor did extensive research on storytelling to figure out what the problem was. And they identified it in Goku, and it helped them go forward. You don't have that. Dragon Ball doesn't have that. The success it has if it didn't have a proper editor. You need an editor. Creating a story is a group project, literally. So get an editor, man.
I'm sure they'll be interested to hear like some of the tools you guys use. I'll throw this out real quickly, even though I never have time to do any like creative stuff anymore because my focus has been more politically based. When I was writing my light novel thing back in the day, Wattpad was one of the sources that I used. Like, if you can't draw and it's like, this is just not what I'm able to do, and I don't have the time or attention span to learn it like Ty did, or someone like Line does, then writing a light novel is also a very good alternative. So Wattpad was really good, and then I use WordPress as well. Or no, Web Novel is the other one. Web Novel was another one that I was suggested to go on there, and Web Novel in particular, it's pretty easy. Well, I won't say easy. It was pretty easy for me to get someone who wants to be my editor. So there's just some good sources out there to look at if you want to really just express your creativity. But Ty and Lon, what are some tools that you guys found that might be helpful to people?
You go first.
Damn. Creativity and what? What do you mean? Explain. Give me specific.
Any tools that lead into like expanding not only the work, the creation of the work, but also the marketing potentially. Maybe like you said, you brought a tool being your notepad and how you kind of list it. So anything that helps with the process.
So for me, how I learned how to write emotion better was not only speaking it out loud, but also watching certain films, certain old school films, especially really dark ones, teach you how to write fantasy in such a way that it can elevate you. Like watching old movies can elevate you. I'm not gonna give you my movie list. Um, and when it comes to like understanding people, I would say pick a philosopher. One philosopher that I like to read is Plato. If you guys have never read Plato, The Republic, I would check that out. But as for tools for me, like for what I use for creativity, I'm a visual and like visually and hearing is how I learn for the most part are basically doing. So as for my tools, like I said, it's my phone, notepad. But as for like storytelling, etc., it's really analyzing people who came before me and learning how to kind of like take what was already done and put my own spin on it, if that makes sense. You see what I'm saying?
I would say from the art perspective, Pinterest is a good tool for references. I have an iPad, and what I use is Procreate, which is a really good. It's affordable. It's only $10, and it's not a subscription. You pay $10 one time, and you have all the tools forever. A lot of people use Huion, which is like a drawing tablet, which is really good. As far as storytelling, you're gonna definitely need more than this. You can't just read books on storytelling. You have to do far more than that. Like one of the best things you have to do is observation. Kind of like King said, you have to study and observe things as far as like seeing, okay, if I'm reading a chapter 1 of a manga, right? If I'm trying to write a chapter 1, ask yourself, what are something that all chapter 1s have? and then and take those type of notes and say, okay, all chapter ones do this. All chapter one.
Matter of fact, can I piggyback off that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Learn your Greek mythology. Like Greek mythology is in every manga, comic book, movie. It doesn't matter what it is. Like Romulus and Remus is a story about two infants who were raised by wolves. That story is retold in cinema, comics, and manga. Like it's insane. Um, it's like learning mythology or learning what came before is what writers use to tell their stories. Again, the Art of War. That's actually in Naruto. Like a lot, and I have that book. Like a lot of books, a lot of wars, a lot of stories, poets, you name it. You would be surprised is in anime and comic books. Like I think what Ty, you probably know his name. I forgot his name, but a lot of the white characters like Griffith, you name it, are inspired from a white model, a white male model, and they thought he was like they thought he was an angel. Like a lot of Greek mythology, Norse mythology, or even just Western mythology is used in storytelling a lot. So learning that and learning those old tales can actually help you tell stories.
Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, and you start to see a lot of those patterns, and then you figure out why they're important. So, for example, something that you see in most beginning of stories is a character that needs to take on a role that they're unqualified for, that they eventually become qualified for by towards the end of either the first chapter or first couple chapters. Like, for example, Aaron wants to be a scout, is unqualified, becomes qualified. Thorfinn wants to be a warrior, is unqualified, becomes qualified. Deku wants to be a hero, unqualified, becomes qualified. So on and so forth. Like you see that commonality. I can go to freaking. I can go to SpongeBob episode 1. SpongeBob wants to take on the role and be a fry cook, becomes qualified by the end of episode 1. Like these are common traits you see throughout most stories. You can go to Power, and Power Book 2. I don't even know. Does anybody watch Power Book 2? Nope, nobody.
Oh yeah.
Tariq at the beginning is trying to be a standstill student. Episode 1 is unqualified, becomes qualified. Like stuff like that. You see those commonalities throughout all of stories, show that universal storytelling. So using observation is important, but as far as just reading some storytelling books, you can do anatomy of story, you can do manga theory and practice, you can do ultimate manga techniques, which is the book from the Torrance editor. Those are a few good ones you can start with. You can do creating character arcs. That's another good one. But the biggest thing is observation and seeing the similar things that all stories have. It will be the best tool you can do. But those are a few books that can be helpful too.
So now what I want to do is I want to expand the conversation. So my other fellow senseis, feel free to pitch in. One of you guys pitch in first for this conversation. But I want to expand the dialogue in terms of what is Black storytelling. And I don't want to answer it. I actually want to go beyond, and I'm going to ask a question that moves beyond the general notions. Because I do think there are some like general notions where people go like, this is typically what you think of, like getting past the struggle, getting past poverty, getting past racism. Maybe it's like in an urban area. So very kind of normalized notions of like Black storytelling, and nothing wrong with that because those can be very impactful because it resonates with so many people in America in particular. But what are some things that you think could expand it so it doesn't have this kind of perceived notion and it can be seen in more different lights, like these other cultures where it's like we can create a Attack on Titan version with melanin characters and it won't be a crazy thing. So
Ty, can I say something?
It's a bigger question, so feel free to kind of go on. If you guys want line to start out, that's fine with me too. But if someone else wants to say, because I know everybody's been quiet for a while.
Yeah, I'll go last because I've been talking.
Lion, go ahead, bro.
Real quick, this is gonna sound terrible. The Black community as a whole is not ready for that conversation.
We're starting it right now.
No, I'm being so for real.
I know you mean
98% of a lot of the media that we have is trauma, and that's because Black people as a whole never got over the things that happened to them. That's why we as a whole keep rewriting the same shit over and over, or the same trauma. And I'm not saying we can't. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying we cannot do that. Some of us are actually doing it. We're doing a great job at it. Again, Michael's doing it. Ty's doing it. or Deal is doing it. There are several people who are writing stories that are just not overly filled with that trauma. But as a whole, a lot of our people just haven't gotten over the things that happened to them, and that since that's the story that they know so well, that's the one they keep telling.
For sure.
As for, and I know somebody's gonna take that and be, oh, I can't believe you, somebody, but it's
But can I
It's
take it?
gonna happen.
But can I take it a step further after the super chat? Super chat.
Go ahead.
Oh, my fault, my fault. I just saw a super chat, $5 super chat from Angie Carr. Salute. While we're on the subject, Ty and Lonnie, what are y'all's thoughts on black IPs that get greenlit for the masses? Ellie, Cannon Busters, and how it's handled.
I hate it.
She doesn't want to hear the rest of your opinions, by the way. Just that. Go ahead.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Anyway,
Uh,
no, I hate how
I'm
because
trolling, Angie.
because a lot of the black IP that we have that is released, it doesn't represent us in the best way. Like we just got one that got in that Disney's under fire for, Captain Durag, right? So the show on its own is cool, but her superhero TV show that she watches is Captain Durag, and they're upset with Disney. But the person who made that was a person of color, it was a black person who created that character. But Disney was the one that greenlit it. It seems like a lot of times these companies don't want to greenlit what will uplift us or what will be good for us, but they will just keep, putting stuff out there that just isn't done well. The IP, like for instance, look, I know somebody's gonna get mad that I'm gonna say this. Cannon Busters looked very well. It did. But come on now. Nobody talks about that show for a reason. Nobody brings up the episodes. Nobody talks about the story because it's not a good show. It's not a really good show. It starts off good. Like episode 1 has you thinking this show's finna go into a crazy direction. Like this is gonna be great. But it doesn't. It doesn't. And you have you have creators and writers out there who you could have create these shows, or you could do it yourself. But you're not doing that. Even Eyes of Wakanda could have been better, and it wasn't. That should have been a show about the first Black Panther, right? Or it just should have been a Black Panther show, period. But instead, it focused on different assassins from different areas of time within Black Panther lore. And each episode, I mean, they were okay, but they just weren't. They could have been better. Black IP is not handled the way that it should be handled. And even if you look at it and say, well, we need more black writers, we need the right black writers. It's not about having a black person at the steering wheel. You want the right black person at the steering wheel. You don't want anybody driving your car. You don't want anybody piloting your ship. You need the right people steering you in the right direction. And I'm saying that because with everything that we are as a people, as creative as we are, you mean to tell me we can't make an Afro Samurai? We can't make a Cowboy Bebop? We can't make a
That's what I was
Gundam?
gonna get to.
We can't
That's what I
make
was
a
gonna get
Bleach
to.
or Attack on Titan. We can't do a Gurren Lagann. We can't do any of that. As talented as we are as a people, and even if you could make a show right now about a young black kid with the ability to take graffiti and bring it to life. Think, just watch this. Watch this. Easy pitch. Hey guys, I want to make an anime about a black kid who uses graffiti to not only rebuild his city or his neighborhood, but to stop gentrification. And the gentrification, get this, guys, is a group of white people trying to take areas from blacks. Now they're called agents, but they're really gentrification personified. So what they like to do is they like to destroy black areas, make them look run down and terrible, so black people move out and white people can move in. So this kid, we're gonna call him Andrew, uses graffiti to draw beautiful pictures of the area, and it rebuilds the area bigger and better and more beautiful. No roaches, stronger buildings, and as long as that picture is up, the agents can't take it down, and that's how he stops gentrification in his area. And he teaches other kids how to do graffiti, etc. Like you could do some shit like that.
Yeah.
You could do some shit where you have a group of kids who use dance or breakdancing as a way to like battle each other or shake the universe or some shit like that. Hell, you can do a kid that has a magic basketball or some magic shoelaces that gives him the skill set of other basketball players that came before him. You can use urban shit that we've already had to make positive shows, but you won't. Like Me just saying what I'm saying. I'm still an average black person. I just came up with that in under 5 minutes. Anybody else could have done that, but that's not the IP that's being greenlit, and that's not the IP that's being handled. Instead, we have IP where you got some old black woman beating the dog shit out of some young black dude, shoot him in the back of the head, and put his ass in a bag somewhere. We got IP where the mother is sleeping with the son and the son is sleeping with the auntie. We have IP where you laugh, but you know I'm telling the truth. Like that's the stuff we got. 98% of our IP is not positive. We don't have any more Bill Cosby shows. We don't have any more From a Different World, Living Single. We don't have My Wife and Kids. We don't have the Bernie Mac show. We don't have any of that. All of our shows, for the most part, is literally drama. And it's I'm sorry, go for it.
And even outside of that, because I think King Lion's been making a good point the entire time. I think his example of the graffiti is beautiful. It's a multifold issue where we have this very unique case where the people who are in the positions to kind of platform these IPs are looking for a very specific type of thing, which unfortunately is trauma and kind of holds us back. And then also, unfortunately, we ourselves are kind of attracted to trauma. We would need a situation where we need, creators who, like King Lion said, if you want to talk trauma, be creative about it. I thought the graffiti was beautiful. There's a way we can tell these stories differently while still being creative, or we can not be afraid to just be different.
Y'all better clip and save that for me, because Disney gonna take that. I need this remembered so I can be like, that was my fucking idea. Okay, nobody ever said that. That's mine, Disney. That belongs to me. Go ahead, y'all got it.
We need more creators that are willing to kind of step outside of the box, and instead of just looking at even telling trauma, telling anything. A story. Why couldn't we get a Dr. Stone where it's a black person who's the last person on Earth and has to figure out how to rebuild civilization? That's something completely out of the norm, something very different, but we would need somebody to platform it and people to want to like it. We need to be tired of seeing basketball, gun, drugs, drama. There has to be some sort of breaking point, and I think there are more than enough creators. We have two, well-studied gentlemen right here who are making stories outside that norm. There's answers there. We just need more of it, and we need that to be pushed instead of the typical old nonsense. But I agree.
Like right now, I'm doing Versus, and Versus is literally about kids. Well, not just kids, adults, etc., who have the ability to take comic books and mangas and just anything in fiction. Like, for instance, what are some of y'all favorite fictional characters? Like, or just rather, it's a video game, card game. What are some of your favorite fictional things?
I like Dante from Devil May Cry.
Okay, Dante from Devil May Cry.
That was literally my first choice too. Virgil.
Dante is so cold, bro.
Dante is cold as hell, bro.
Now imagine.
All right, I'm gonna throw up Master Chief.
Now imagine being able to connect with that fictional character. Y'all build such a bond that y'all can actually be side by side with each other. See, in Versus, what they do is you have resonators. Resonators have the ability to resonate with fiction itself. And when they resonate with fiction, they can resonate with the characters within those books, video games, or whatever. Well, every now and then you have people that mistreat fiction. And you have resonators. Those resonators who, again, resonate with fiction can use their favorite characters to fight those manifestations and put them back in their books. There's no trauma with that. But what does it do? It encourages kids to do what? Read, play video games, get more involved with the fictional characters they love. Because now it makes them think, okay, well, hold on. He resonates with that character and he can manifest it. Okay, so what if I read this manga or this comic or I played this video game? What if I could resonate my favorite? Like, see what I'm saying? It activates the part of your brain that makes you want to think and imagine. It's not, yes, my family were slaves for 200 years, and I had to watch a purple alien bend my mother over and create a half-brother who with purple skin that I hate, and now I want to kill him and take his kingdom. Like this, that's us. Like that's what we make. We do stuff like that now for the most part.
Yeah, go ahead, Random. You about to say something?
You're muted, by the way, too.
My bad. For me personally, the one thing I've always kind of brought up, and we talk about it, especially with what 97 Kingdoms is doing right now, where it's like you can always kind of tell stories in an established universe, and I think those could be done very well. My thing is, and King Lion said it perfectly, I just want to see, like, I want us to be able to beat these stereotypes so that when we do stuff like this, Then when you see a character in a different way than people are, they don't freak out. Like for instance, I've been rereading Spy Family too. I love Spy Family. Imagine if they told the story of Spy Family with like a black family. It's like every time you ever see a black family now, they're always broken in some way. And whether or not you got the full family in there, and I think a story of Spy Family with the black, and if you take those characters and make them black, I think that would do really well. Spy Family does really well, and I think that would do really well in our community, showing this family that's technically not a family, but they truly become a family, and I think that could really work. And that's something that I wish, and I me personally, because I at least for this part, I'm not very vocal. I get tired of reading some stories because I'm like, this is just the same stuff. This is what they think of us, and I just don't. Trying to find a way to tell maybe even a Fire Force with a black thing. And maybe that's also my fault because I should look out more for other things, right? And try to support those. But even when I see some things that I think are pretty cool, that are supported, that could be supported, and they fumble those. Like that's why Miles, I've mentioned it multiple times. Yasuke was such a huge fumble. Yasuke on Netflix was such a huge fumble, and people don't really understand how big of a fumble that was when with the resources that Netflix gave it, the fact that you had the person, and the fact that it was doing something that it could have really changed. Like, and I understand maybe we say this very hyperbole, that could have really helped out. And the fact that they took that and just shitted on it in 6 episodes really pisses me the fuck off.
But I'm gonna be honest too, and this was a problem that I had with it a long time that I never really vocalized. I feel like some of that is on Lakeith too, because he stood out in front of the project. You voiced the entire thing, the entire character of Yasuke, bro. You couldn't make sure you couldn't do quality control on your end. You being an actor and you being the face of this project, because now you take the hit. Them producers, I don't know who produced it. I don't know what company put the bread up. All I know is Lakeith Stanfield was a part of it, and the shit was ass. So at some point, you gotta quality control. This is not to a standard that not only me but my people are deserving of. Let's get back to the drawing board. That should never hit Netflix.
Here you go. Excuse me, sir. Can I ask you a question? Yeah. I don't have powers, right? No, you don't. Oh, okay. Why does the white people have powers though? They have powers. There's a robot and a werewolf bear chick. I'm confused why I'm the only one getting my ass whooped every episode.
Exactly. Because
I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, there's literally a dude who he's darker than me. He got telekinetic powers. She can turn into a werewolf bear. And again, sir, no offense to y'all, the white people have powers. They're like X-Men. Why am I just getting my ass beat all episodes? I'm confused. Don't worry, the black community is gonna love it. I guess.
So like when I tell you, because one of the big, because I legit made like an hour-long video on my YouTube channel where I literally broke it down and I said, look, if you're given 6 episodes and that's the story you came up with, and don't get me wrong, there are a lot of things I'm actually pretty interested in what they put down. The problem is when you're given 6 episodes, you can't make really anything with that, and you ruin the story. And then now there's a Yasuke manga going, apparently has been going. I'm not reading it because I just have no faith anymore. And that's why I sit there and I get so frustrated with that. And I guess I know these things aren't fun to talk about, but I'm telling you, wouldn't it feel so nice? Like for real, I understand maybe because I'm a Spy Family fan, but fellas, just think about a Spy Family if that family was black. Think about how different how much the black community would embrace that more than they do now. Instead of us doing fan arts and then people get mad that they made Anya a black kid in a fan art. Like, think about how great that would be. You actually get to see a nuclear family that stays together. They're literally trying to save the world in like a pseudo Cold War setting, and it works out. It's great, but we that's why I said, and I'm like, I wish we could do something like that.
Bro, can I just say? Can I just say something to what he's saying real quick? The Spy Family situation, bro. Imagine if the dad was a barber and used clippers and a cord as a weapon. Just imagine beating somebody's ass and lining their shit up while you're doing it.
Honestly, you could just make Yor the one, and she's a hairdresser.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
she already uses blades with it too.
But no, he's right. He's right in what he's saying because like if you look at Afro Samurai, what was his voice lines? He had 0 to no voice lines, and that show was absolute. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you had the opportunity to do that and do it better. And you just completely fucking failed at it. Like, you didn't have to add powers and abilities. You didn't have to add no fucking robots. You could have just made this show about skill. You could have taken a number from the Animatrix. Remember the Animatrix? They had that samurai scene where you had that black dude and that white chick with the white hair, and he was trying to get her to basically betray mankind. You could have done some shit like that, but you didn't. I know some of y'all don't know what the Animatrix is. Go look it up, damn it.
Yeah,
Anyway,
no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
are you serious?
That's
I have
Oh
insane.
no idea
no,
what you're talking
sir.
about.
Okay, everybody, if
I
you're
have
an
the
anime
DVD.
fan,
I have the DVD right here.
so hold on. So
Oh,
you know what I'm
is
talking
this like
about.
the old head thing? Like this is
Oh, see, you
back
need
in
see
my
you.
day.
Oh, see, you're not
Back-
cultured, my boy. You're not cultured.
Oh,
That's all
what?
that
That's
is.
what it is. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you're not cultured. So anyway, there's a
Back in my day. All right, got you.
there's a sequence in there where you have basically a black samurai and you have a white samurai. She has white hair. She's beautiful character,
Yep.
right? But
Mhm.
the way that story is told and the way they go about, he's trying to get her to betray the human race. She doesn't realize it's a test. She thinks this is real. She thinks the love of her life is literally about to try to make her go against humanity. And she has to make a choice to kill him for her own people. And she makes that choice. Even when it looks like everybody's about to die, she breaks his sword and stabs him with it. Just to wake up and realize it was all a test. You're good. You're good. She goes, oh, okay, bitch. Oh, he's like, don't you ever do that again. But no, it's you could have done something like that. Like the black representation the Animatrix had is 10,000 times better than what they did with Yasuke or what we've been getting
That sounds
recently.
pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Riddell, you've seen The Matrix, right?
Yeah.
It's
So
the
watch when
short
you get it. So
stories
when
that
you get a
Watch
chance
the
to
inspired the
Animatrix.
Matrix.
There's a bunch of short stories that kind of expand upon the Matrix verse, the war between the machines and the people. It's if you really like the Matrix, you'll like the. It's like
by the
9
way, The
stories.
Matrix was written by
Yeah.
a black woman.
Oh,
So I
interesting.
don't know if y'all know that it was written by a black woman. She
Yes.
actually wrote The Matrix and Terminator, and both projects got stolen from her.
Mm,
Look it up.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
look
didn't
it
know
up.
that.
Look it up.
Mm.
Look it up. Look it up.
Oh
But yeah.
man, it's interesting when it comes down to this conversation, because we have like in recent memory we've seen cold black characters that don't fall under the typical stereotype that a lot of people are invested in. Jabber, for example,
I
he
love
is extremely entertaining, and he's just himself. He's just a character who has the black aesthetic with the cool dreads, cool look, all that stuff. But you just
And
like,
they
bro,
and
this
they
is just a
turned his
great
ass
character.
Asian. And they turned his happy ass Asian. Ain't that
They
some shit?
did.
In that live
Right,
action. You,
hold
you
Yeah,
didn't, you didn't,
I have
you
no
hold on,
idea.
hold
that
on.
there
He's
was
Asian
that
in the
happened.
live action.
So they were doing a play, and
King Lion, before you
yeah.
go, before you go, I'm sorry. $2 super chat from Angie Carr. Lion, can a Black Sands and Milestone Comics fix it?
Okay. So yes, they can, right? With Milestone though, some people are gonna get angry, but please remember, I am the comic book guy. I'm not gonna call myself the king of comics. I'm not gonna do that. But I've read a lot, and I've read every Milestone book. What I'm gonna say to you guys is Milestone can fix it, but Milestone needs to stay on the road that they're on right now. I say that because if you watch the Static Shock TV show, which I'm pretty sure everybody on this panel has seen Static Shock, right or wrong,
Correct.
Yep.
you all love Static Shock, right?
Correct.
You didn't even know Static Shock existed before you watched that show, right?
Correct.
Now go read them comics. Read the first ones. You're gonna be like, what is this? You're gonna be like, what the hell is this? Getting his ass beat by white boys. He chasing white women. He the hell like his mother's an asshole. Like what's happening here? Like the way Milestone started out is not how they are now, and they had a lot of growth. Their storytelling became astronomically better, but Milestone in the beginning was not written the best, but and it did fall under a lot of stereotypes. Again, y'all need to, for instance, we all know who Icon is, right? Do y'all think
The
Icon is
character.
proper black representation?
No idea.
Does anybody know if Icon is black?
Looks black.
He's a big blue-eyed blue alien
Oh,
who did blackface to survive on Earth. He crash landed on Earth and became a black baby and was raised by slaves. And if you read the original Icon, his mindset would have got his ass canceled today. If black people don't like the situation that they're in, maybe you should work harder and work for what you have.
Oh, the bootstraps.
Wait a fucking minute. What? Just for him to walk into the black neighborhood and go, "Oh my God, they're really struggling." You didn't figure that out when you was raised a slave. You saw slavery. You saw Jim Crow. You Icon lived through all of it, and you still kept that mindset. Now I understand where they were coming from, but bro, come on now. If you read Icon and Rocket and you compare Icon and Rocket to Icon, the original series, they drastically changed it. Like they got Icon freeing slaves now. He was killing white slave owners. You name it. But the original Icon stories, it's not written like that. Same thing with Static and a lot of other comics. Like I said, Milestones now, yes, Milestone can do it. Black Sands can do it. But in the beginning, even they understood this is not going to fly. That's why the Static Shock TV show was written completely different from this comic book counterpart. The Virgil in the show made you love being black. He made you love being who you were. Virgil in them comics, you're gonna be like it takes a while to warm up to that. You're like, I don't know about all this, man. Come on, like, and this is from the person who has actually read those. I've read them. I own the first printing of Miles. Not Miles, but I do have Miles' first comics too. But I have the first printing of Static Shock Icon. Like I have those comics. I've read those comics. So when you look at how people started and you look at where they are now, Icon and just Milestone in general, I think they would be perfect in what they're doing because I think they saw what they were doing and they understood what needed to be done and they executed it just perfectly. So yes, I think Milestone Comics and I think Black Sands can do it. I think the best thing about both companies is the fact that they own their work. Nobody owns them. And even when it comes to Milestone, Static Shock is not. He doesn't belong to DC. The reason why you don't see so much of Static or you don't see a lot of those characters within the main DC timeline is because Milestone owns those characters. DC has to license those characters in their books. They can't just write a Static Shock appearance. Even on TV, they can't just. They have to go to Milestone. Okay, look, we want to put Static in an episode. Oh, that's cool. How much? We want to put him in for the season. I got you. It'll cost this much per episode and per screen time. Fuck, like they have to pay them top dollar to do that. This isn't like some. Everything has to be greenlit. Everything has to be looked over. All that good stuff. But Milestone, they own their work. So yes, I think they can do it. But Milestone cannot write them characters the way they wrote them originally. And I say that for everybody else who's watching, please go read the original Milestone comics and compare it to what they have today. And I promise you will see what I'm saying. You're gonna be like, damn, he's right. But go for it.
So, one thing that I also notice in terms of this conversation is, and we're gonna have to reiterate because, like Lion said before, he's very familiar with it. I'm very familiar with it. People are hyper fixate on certain things you say without realizing the full context of what the conversation entails. When it comes down to it, we're not saying that the demographics that relate to harm should be excluded. Of course, we still need to inspire those people. Those people also deserve a story for them. But there is a growing generation of black kids, black teenagers, all that stuff who grow in like suburban areas that are in like prominent places. Like, for example, the NBA, the NFL, all these sports teams, the amount of nepotism that's in there nowadays that people don't realize, where it's like, oh, yeah, our kids coming in, we'll put them in the best sports program and all that stuff, and they're going to live a good life because that's the goal. You want to get past your struggles so your kids can live a good life. So the representation of black individuals that also don't go through that same trauma is decreasing. It's not gone, but it is decreasing. So there is like so much opportunity to appeal to so many different types of the people, types of black folks that people can really just start like engaging with.
I love
And
I
think
love
people
that
should.
I love that you're being so sweet with what you're saying. But the
He's a
honesty is this.
politician.
Yeah, no. Sometimes
Yep,
politics
straight
is not
politics.
is not. Sometimes you got to be blunt. Look, a lot of y'all grew up watching Baby Boy all damn day, and you didn't live like Baby Boy. A lot of y'all had never had to rob somebody. You wasn't eating bologna sandwiches all day, all night. You know what I'm saying? Ramen noodles was a choice for some of y'all. The thing that he's trying to say is like no one's saying that you can't put black struggle, but a lot of y'all are struggling, but you're not struggling like y'all from boys from the hood. Y'all are
Mm-mm.
not gangbangers. You didn't grow up with your mama on drugs.
It's
You
not
didn't
paid in
grow up.
full.
You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of y'all didn't watch a police officer pop the teeth of your cousin out of his mouth
No.
because you was watching you. You know what I'm saying? Like American Gangster. Like y'all. A lot of y'all.
Did I lie? He lied.
Yeah, he's lagging a little bit.
He's cooked.
But he's
He
cooking.
was cooking.
Yeah.
Hey, he was my translator right here. He did his thing. He's cooking over here.
It was like that Key and Peele anger translator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did it perfectly. I'm not gonna lie. It's like I couldn't say it better myself.
But no, he is right though, and that's what I was kind of getting at earlier. It kind of does start with us. Like we can tell these multi-billion-dollar, whatever, million-dollar companies to platform this, give them a representation to that, do this, do that. But until we start showing that we actually are going to go out and put our money towards these things, they're not. If we keep supporting the baby boys, like he said, the baby boys, the paid in full twos, and whatever the case may be, listen, I watch Power. I like Power. We don't need no more powers. We don't need no more snowfalls. We're good. We need to start putting our money somewhere else and showing that, we're ready for more, a variety of stories. And hey,
We
when we
control
do that, we'll get there.
we control so much of the market, but we put our own market like in a box with
Literally.
competitive stuff. Like how many more Tyler Perry movies are we gonna get in the next 2 years? How many
Right.
more? like like we keep doing it to ourselves. The best way, unfortunately, is like you'd have to have an undeniable good story without the trauma, which we don't get a lot of. I mean, Ordeal is one of those right now where it's like it doesn't have any of the trauma, but just a undeniably good story, and it just so happens to be that most of the characters are black or Caribbean or things like that. And I think we just need more of it. I think once it, I think if you have a good enough story where it's like, yo, this is a good story, and the characters just so happen to be black instead of focusing on the blackness itself, I think that brings in more of a consumer base.
So on the topic of it, do y'all think Sinners? My fault, Santo. Go ahead.
No. Go. You go because I think we're on the same page.
Do y'all think a movie like a Sinners that recently came out and did amazing is a step in that right direction?
I think so.
It's a step, but you could still see the
You can't
trauma
have it perfectly, but it's more than just their trauma. It's the fact that they both served in the war. You see how the war affected them. The fact that you know that they had a seedy past, but given the time period, they were able to make something of themselves. They came back. They want to do something for the community. Literally, it's just like the worst timing ever that there just happened to be vampires. Because I think that was good enough, but we also have to understand that even though it's not obviously it's us too, but it's also just the people who look at our community and say, despite the fact that it was good enough, it was nominated enough, whatever the powers that be, don't want to give the recognition it also deserves. Because that's what I think.
Yeah, I think
Mine is
Sinners
struggling
was.
over there with that connection.
Yeah, that thing is cooked.
You know,
Should
someone
have
heard him
stayed
talking. Was
political.
like, we gotta
Should
get him
have
out of
stayed politically correct. But I think Sinners is actually a smart movie in terms of the way it's marketed and what it focuses on. It's not just like how King Lion was saying, how Miles was saying, focusing on struggle only, which it did highlight it to a certain extent, but it wasn't the main focus of the movie at all.
Exactly.
It also highlighted a lot of things in culture, music, poetry, um, old remedies that you can go to somebody and they give you something. Just things of that nature. I think is what made that movie great. Personally, I don't think it's a fantastic movie personally, but I do think it is a step in the right direction. And I want to double down on saying something like this. Maybe it'll take something like that, or even the Markiplier approach to put out your own stuff to see if you can tap into that market instead of relying on something like an anime from Japan. Because I mean, unfortunately, the way they feel about minorities as well isn't conducive to getting the representation that minorities want.
That is true. The anime community, especially in Japan, is an uproar over that. There's a manga going right now about a mixed race kid growing up who's black and Asian, growing up in Japan, and it's dealing with racism and all that. The manga community here was and it was divided about it. I can only imagine how it's doing there. So
Yeah, potentially. What about Wonder Man? Because Wonder Man was a show that had the representation, so people could resonate with him and his Haitian family. I think they were Haitian, right?
Yeah, they were Haitian.
Haitian family,
Yeah,
and you
Haitian.
can resonate with some of their family dynamics. However, the movie wasn't about, or the show series was not about his identity as a black man. It was his identity as an actor, and that's what it focused on, especially in reference to him and Slattery and him trying to achieve a goal as well. So I think this would be an example where it doesn't rely on, like, dare I say, trauma, and the term that we're using throughout this conversation, in particular, black trauma, to tell a story, an engaging story with a black lead character.
let's wait for. Let's see if it's there. We go.
Heck,
I had to switch. I
He's
don't know what's
back.
going on. Can y'all hear me?
They
Yeah,
got they got you. You were being too real, bro. They got you.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I had to switch to my iPad because on my phone it's not letting me get in at all.
no, you good. We were just kind of going through some examples of, like, is this a step in the right direction in terms of expanding black storytelling? Miles brought up the initial example of Sinners. I brought up Wonder Man. Very different in terms of what they provided,
Wait,
but
who brought up Sinners?
Miles brought up Sinners.
That wasn't only the best representation, but if y'all, I don't know if y'all know, they're so mad at him for that movie because you know he's gonna own it, right?
I did not
Yeah.
know
Like, yeah, no matter
Yeah.
that he has right now, he has the greatest cinema deal in history. Not only will he own all marketing, he gets to decide if there's another Sinners or not. And nobody can they can't make, like, he has to, like, not on, like, in a couple of years he'll own all the rights to it completely, and nobody can make another one without his say so.
and they're really trying to push for. They're trying to push like 2, 3 more center projects, and he said he wanted it to be a one-off. But they're like,
Yeah.
the presidents are like, no, we want 2, 3 more.
I
And
think
they
there
said
are other
that
stories that can be
at the Oscars.
told.
Yeah, they said at the Oscars. So like, yeah, we're still pushing. We're still sending him like scripts and stuff like that. He said he
Yeah,
wanted.
we don't need sequels, bro.
Yeah, it's perfect the way it is.
It's because
Like,
they want to they it made so much, they want to milk it. They know what they're like, oh yeah, there's
Yep.
just so many other stories. And what it is like, because it's such a great project, it gives certain people the opportunity to put their names on it, and they get to go, oh well, yeah, look what I did with it, I get to, and that's what they, and he's like, nah, I'm good, it's one and done, have a good day, next.
And if they all put their paws in, is it
Real
really
quick.
a black story?
$10
I
super
didn't
chat
even
by
see
Andy
that.
Carr. How do we combat greater entertainment entities sneak suppressing Afro such black characters content, like Sinners getting snubbed at the awards, characters like Anasi in American Gods getting axed? How do we into sneak suppressing? So, okay.
That's
I mean,
easy.
other
That's
than,
it. Oh, sorry,
go
go
ahead,
ahead.
go ahead, Lion. Go ahead, Lion.
Oh,
You
well,
know.
that's an easy answer. So we need our own station.
Mhm.
Every time somebody black has tried to have their own station, they've gotten destroyed. Y'all can look at the historical facts for that. Um, I love that you brought up Anansi, because the reason why Anansi got kicked off, which again, the creator of American Gods, in which I do own the complete series of that. I have the Bible version of it. I'm not kidding. It's in my case over there. Um, but Anansi got kicked off the show because Anansi was making black people angry, but in the right way, and they didn't like that. If y'all remember his speeches, every
One of
time
the
he
best
gave
Marvel
them,
movies ever.
yeah, that was the best part of the show. But it was making black people really kind of like, it was changing them. It was making them angry, but angry in the right way, and they couldn't have that. That's why when they took Anansi off the show it bombed. It couldn't, like, they couldn't renew for another season because that Anansi's speeches were so powerful that it was changing us as a people. It was really like, and they can't have that. But if you want to stop it again, we need our own station. And I know that's easier said than done.
Damn.
Wow.
They're really after him today.
They got him. They got him.
Need to stop exposing the industry. Oh my goodness.
But if anyone hasn't seen American Gods, just look up that Anansi speech on YouTube. It's one of the best pro-black speeches I think you'll probably ever hear in anything.
Wait, so does Jordan Peele and Coogler are they like a part of a specific studio or something? I know they're directors. Of course, they both have enough money and success that they don't need to rely on anybody, but
I don't think they belong to any specific studios. Like they have like deals with companies and stuff like that. Or Jordan Peele has like his own production company. But like they don't belong to anybody.
that does raise an interesting question about okay, we see it pop up here, but why is it not booming? Why is there not like a downwards downwards effect of inspiration? Because we see Peele dominate in the horror movie space. We see the Waynes were dominating in the comedy space with their parody movies, and people like them so much that they're finally back. And then we see Coogler do what he did recently, but it's not like starting a movement. Despite all the success, it's not really like blowing up.
I mean, the powers that be feel some type of way about it. I mean, you see, for instance, I'll bring up, I would say the powers that be at the top feeling some type of way. Like if they're willing to go this hard against Markiplier for Iron Lung to the point that they're trying to take him out of the thing, like because he just found a way to make something that really resonated with people for a little bit of money, and people really like what they did. Is it the best movie? No, but people don't like it. Now imagine if I'm just gonna use a random black creator. Imagine if like the dude that does the tech reviews, he makes a tech movie, or Corey Kenshin makes something. Like I just for some reason we know the reason why they just don't like that.
You say powers to be, and let me challenge it to push a further conversation because stuff like Get Out and basically all Peele's movies were critically acclaimed. They were very highly rated. There was a lot of like prestige behind it based off the base and the critics. When it comes down to it, do we think it's like the industry keeping them down? I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just expanding the conversation. Or do we think that people are not being inspired by these creators to do similar work? And that
it could be a little bit of both, but also at the same time, I just don't think like Jordan Peele is from the research I've done. Obviously, you can know more about it. He's more he's not the example. He's an anomaly. I don't think they're going to let a lot of Jordan Peele's just go out there and make their own stuff like that. Am I wrong for saying that?
It's really just Jordan and Ryan.
I'm not saying shit. They keep kicking me out every time I say something.
That's just where I'm at. It's like
I'm exposing the industry.
Yeah, but it's also like, for instance, I can't remember exactly when I heard this, but they were like, "How come you don't make for BT? How come you don't make more like kind of deeper shows?" And they were like, "Well, this is for the black mom who got 2 kids. We don't want it to be any deeper. We just want to be able to watch this in the background while she's doing something else." And I'm like, if that's the station that's catering toward black folks and y'all are saying that, how are we supposed to get anything deeper going or anything like that? That's why, I mean, Snowfall's a great show. Don't get me wrong. Snowfall's a great show, but we can't get, I don't know, insert random funny show here. Like for this is gonna sound up. We can't get like a Black Eye Carly. We can't get a Black Eye Carly.
We had That's So Raven and Sister back in the Disney.
But I'm just saying we can't get that now. They're not bringing those back. I'm just saying, but those are still exceptions and not the rule, though. That's just where I'm at.
I mean, there was a lot. So what? Okay, this is another question. What changed? Because like there was a lot of shows back then that we all can think of. From you guys brought it up, Wife and Kids. You all brought it up.
The Black
Family,
sitcom?
Sister, That's So Raven. All these shows that push positive messaging. And then even back then, there was the Static Shocks in the world, of course. Jon Stewart was someone who inspired a lot of people back in the Justice League. And then now in this current modern era, we're just not seeing that. Like, what changed there?
It's because you started It's because you started healing. It's that simple. You started healing. The problem with black people as a whole is the fact that as long as you make us feel like everything is crashing on us, we'll stay that way. Those shows made us feel like we had hope. When you had shows like A Different World or Living Color, like you had kids going to college because they wanted to emulate what they were seeing. You had black kids like television is a powerful tool to shape the minds of youth. It's just that simple. When you had all that positive reinforcement, you had black people no longer hating themselves or hating each other or fighting each other. You had them inspiring to be stuff. They couldn't have that, and they can't have it now. They'll tell you to your face, "Oh, we want you guys to do better." Of course we do. And every time you do, what happens? They take it from you. Every time you do better, every time you look like you think you're finna, get up or level up, it's taken from you. And having all that, having like the stuff that we want, the thing that we have to make it ourselves. We can't expect somebody else to make it for us because they're not going to, because they want us to be exactly where we are. And anybody who says that's not true, if you want a black animation, if you want yada yada yada, you can go make it yourself. Every time a black person makes something of their own, it gets taken. Every time. Like Michael Jackson. Did y'all know Michael Jackson owned, I believe, 51 or 52% of Sony? They
Yeah.
owned so
He
he
owned a
owned
lot of
Sony.
it. He
Yeah,
owned a
he
lot of
owned.
people's music too.
So it's like
Mhm.
when you look at this, so every time a black person does something or pulls himself up, like you say, you take it from him every time. Doesn't matter what it is. You'll tell him to his face, "Of course, I want you to do better," but you're lying. You don't want him to do better because if he does better, you do worse. And that's how the world works. Somebody has to suffer. There has to always be a slave class or an underclass. Nobody can be equal, and nobody can have just as much as everybody else. There has to be somebody taking the short end of the stick, and that's why.
That's in the Art of War too.
Yep.
But in a less
Oh, so
cynical,
you read it?
I dabble in philosophy. I do. In the less cynical version, because I do agree with everything that King Lion just said, I will also say back in the day compared to now, not only has television deteriorated to where the Here Damn show doesn't exist for us anymore. You know, there's no those things were Here Dams. We got 5 of them, 10 of them maybe at a time. We're pretty good, but we didn't get anything else. Those weren't the shows that were dominating the networks. In addition, a lot of those shows back in the day, we had comics and people that had power who were willing to kind of extend their hand backwards and make a show kind of for the love of the game. You know what I'm saying? I have a personality that I feel can translate well on TV. I have a big enough followings where people will want to watch my show. Let me do a sitcom. Let me do, some sort of TV broadcast that people are going to want to kind of see. The Kevin Harts, the people we have today, I'm going to be honest, they're not on shit. These niggas aren't on shit. All they want to do is run that checkup, get paper, and it's not about community anymore. As evil as he may be, the Bill Cosbys, the Martin Lawrences, he busted that motherfucker out. The Bill Cosbys, the Martin Lawrences, all of those brothers, at least, you know what I'm saying, the Eddie Murphys, as flawed as they may be, something in them said, you know what, I want to turn around and extend a helping hand, even if it is in the form of a TV show. We just don't have that today. There's no one willing to do that. They're more about their bottom line.
Because they want to keep making money. If you
Kevin
keep,
Hart
like,
likes to make all the money.
yeah, they want to keep
for
it like,
everybody
and that's one thing
I got
love
mine.
about.
Y'all got to figure it out for yourself.
But
Mhm.
that's why
$5
that's why I love.
super. Hold on, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but $5
No, you
super
good.
chat from Angie Carr. Look at what happened to Living Color. They're a
Mm-hmm.
big reason why the Super Bowl halftime is now the biggest entertainment show in America yearly.
Yep.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, you look at a lot of innovations.
So you were saying King Line, you were gonna say a point.
There's a reason why, like, I always tell people when I look at black excellence, right? Whenever I look at a movie that shows black excellence, and this is going to be a controversial take, I don't know how many people are going to agree or understand what I'm coming from, but take Spike Lee and take Eddie Murphy, for instance. When I look at an Eddie Murphy movie, I look at black excellence. When I look at a Spike Lee movie, I still see black excellence, but I see it in a way that in a lot of ways I understand where he's coming from, but it can be hurtful sometimes watching his movies, especially his older movies. That's kind of the reason why they had such a back and forth with their relationship. Like Spike Lee used to get angry at Eddie because Eddie he wasn't doing movies with you. You know, you have your way of doing movies, I have my way. And when I was a kid, I didn't understand. So the two movies I always go back to is like, Boomerang and Harlem Nights. That
Facts.
especially Boomerang is black excellence. Because if you look at Boomerang was what? Everybody
Success.
was at the top of their game. Right? You had a group of black men and black women. Everybody was successful. Everybody was living their best life. Nobody was really above anybody, but no matter what happened, they all had the unity. Right? Even when Eddie and his homie were having an issue wanting the same girl, the fact that two brothers can get past that, still be friends and still be successful, is just it's just something amazing to see. Just black people existing and being able to exist in a space that you don't get to see in real life. And in Harlem Nights, you saw black men and women come together and go against the Italians. Something that they do not show on cinema at all. But I mean they show like the gangs of Harlem and shit, but they showed this in a way where we actually won that. And that was amazing. Then when you go and you look at Spike Lee's movies, yes, I understand the message. Yes, I understand stuff, but some of that stuff is it gets real dark, and there are things that happen to where it's like, damn, as a kid, I can't really learn anything from your movies because I'm not old enough to really experience or understand the experiences that I'm looking at. Whereas with Eddie, I can learn so much about myself just from his movies, period. And his movies are so family oriented. Everybody can watch his movies. Everybody can learn from his movies. But you can't have an Eddie Murphy in this day and age. You just can't. The world doesn't. Those in power don't want that, because when you have too many Eddie Murphys walking around, things change, and they do not want that at all. And don't forget, Eddie learned from Richard Pryor. Richard Pryor was like Eddie Murphy's father, and that's just the world we live in. They don't want y'all healing too much now. They want you running and catching a ball. That's actually one of the reasons why I don't watch sports today. Because when I understood where sports look, I'm sorry, go for it. Go ahead. I'm sorry, go for it.
No. Keep going. I had
can't
a
hear nothing
question
you're saying.
after you're done. Okay, can you hear me?
Can y'all hear him?
Am I good?
Yeah, I can hear him.
I can't hear nothing.
Dang.
You can't hear her?
me?
Speak again.
Can you hear me? Test 1 2. Test.
Yeah, no, I can't hear him. I can hear y'all. I can't hear him.
Yeah, I don't know. What's going on there? Santo, can you leave and come back? Because
Yeah,
he
sure.
can hear us, but he can't hear you.
Oh. Also, am I the only one? Am I the only one that couldn't hear him?
It looks like
Yeah,
it.
you were the other one that couldn't hear him. But this was happening before, so that's why I just told Santo to leave and come back. But when it comes down to it, it's an interesting thing you said, because I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about the current ecosystem of entertainment that exists right now.
Damn, now I can't hear you.
All right, now you need to leave and come back.
Leave and come
You
back.
gotta leave and come back.
I am.
You
Shit.
Leave and come back. You're tripping. But yeah, it's interesting when we look at the current like ecosystem of entertainment of like black role models. And I never really thought about it on this large scale, because I'm like, as you guys know, I'm thinking about other things because of how crazy society is right now. But it is a stark contrast in terms of.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Okay, go for it. You got it. Okay.
Oh,
All right, excellent. We're good. It is crazy, the stark contrast of like all the shows, the type of musicians, the type of comedians, the athletes. I can't really speak in terms of like how they inspired people, but it does seem like there was like a very different type of like entertainment back then compared to now, and the type of conversations we are having right now regarding black culture and the black ecosystem. And we spoke about it like from the very top, what their incentive is. And then we spoke about it like what the creators want. And we also spoke about like what the audience wants. So for this conversation, what is very undeniable is that something needs to happen to break the mold and to showcase success as possible beyond the current status quo. So if that is possible, what does it look like? And does it look like the stuff that you're making, line does it look like? Ordeal. And how do we get people, and this is the most important part, whether we want to agree to it or not, as entertainers, as content creators, as someone that rely on the consumers to make any money, how do we convince them this is good for them? That's always an important part of the equation.
You can't. That's one thing I've learned. You can't convince anybody of anything. Either they see it or they don't. You have to convince yourself. You have to see and know that what you're doing is right. It doesn't matter what others say. That's one of the reasons why I don't take criticism from anybody who doesn't do what I do, right? And I know that sounds terrible to certain people, but like, if you tell me that you hate my work and you haven't read my work, I don't care. Even if you've read my work and you don't like it, I'm still gonna be like, oh, that's cool. Have a good day. Like, I don't take it to heart or anything like that. Um, and that's just kind of a philosophy that I've adopted. Basically, like, for the most part, I've learned that people are gonna like what they like. People are going to want what they want, and a lot of people don't even know what they want, so they'll take whatever they can get. I can't convince you of anything. I have to convince myself. I have to believe that what I'm doing is right, and it is what is needed. And doing that is what has gotten me where I am today, and it's gotten me as far as I've gotten. Um, I feel like when you try to convince somebody of something, it's like overly explaining yourself. Does that make sense?
It
Like, you know,
does
when
make sense.
when you always have to try to explain something about yourself or who you are to somebody, either you love it or you don't love it. I can't change your mind or make you feel anything. All I can do is put all I can in this, try to convey the emotions I want, and hope it reaches the people it's supposed to reach. Me worrying about that, I feel like leads into insanity. So for me, I never look at things that way, nor do I care. I don't even try to like make me like your cup. I don't, fuck no. Have a good day. Next, like, I don't even no. Like, why should I buy your comic? I don't, the fuck. Did you read it? Well, no, but tell me why I should. Next, like, I'm not dealing with no. Have a good day. I don't. That's just me. That's just me.
Before I give like a deeper analysis on what he said, because there's so much to that, unironically. Does anybody else have thoughts?
I tried to make that as easy as possible.
Well, like I said earlier, the only other way would just to be undeniable. Like, for instance, like Attack on Titan. There's a lot that was a lot of people's gateway to anime that they don't consider like Attack on Titan anime. They're like, oh, that's just Attack on Titan. Like, it's as if it's such a great story where it breaks the mold of like what you're willing, like, no matter what, whether you like it or not, you're gonna have to check it out. That's one of the ways to do it.
By the way, $2 super chat from Angie Carr again. Salute. Lion, does Blade deserve credit for saving Marvel?
I can't hear him.
Oh yes, it does.
It's the $2 super chat by Angie Carr.
No, I got you. Does Blade? Yes, he deserves credit. Without Blade, Marvel would not be what they are today, and Marvel knows that. That's why they haven't made another Blade movie, because Marvel literally knows that if it wasn't for Blade, Marvel would not be here. Blade is, again, till this day, still one of the most popular movies they've ever made. And the sad part is, you can watch Blade 1 and Blade 2 right now, and that shit's still good. It's still top fucking 10. You can't even, no, you'd be a dumbass to try to argue otherwise. I didn't really like Blade. Shut up. Like, it's like, no, like, nobody.
No love for Blade Trinity.
We don't
Hell
talk
no.
about
That movie does. Yeah,
Okay.
Thank you. Hey, thank you.
Why
Thank
would you
you.
even bring that up?
That movie doesn't fucking
Talk about black
exist.
excellence here. You break up Blade Trinity. How dare
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
It
exactly.
had
Movie,
Ryan Reynolds, it had Triple H.
no, that movie does. We don't even act like that shit existed. Like, we don't even, like, when he gives that speech about, you think this is a fucking game? What is this? What the fuck you on your shirt? What is this? What is this? Y'all are fucking Saturday morning sitcom. Like, that's how we feel about that movie. So it's like, we don't talk about that. But Blade 1 and Blade 2, oh yeah, Blade was that. T-Say, I like him. I don't even think I know him like that, but I like him. He's cultured. That man is that. I have a question to ask you, but I want to make sure I can hear you say something. So let me leave and come back, because I have a question for you.
Okay.
back in my nice one.
Thank you, Angie. Blade
we got
Trinity,
this one.
Matrix 4. We don't talk about that shit.
Hey man, shout out
Facts.
Blade Trinity. But before, while Lion comes back, oh good, he came back soon, so you guys can
Hold on.
continue.
Let him speak so I can take a second hear him.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you real quick. What are you, if you don't mind me asking? What are you, race wise?
I'm Dominican, so race wise, I'm black.
So you are black. Okay, you just black with extra steps. Got it.
Yes.
Black.
He's right.
You're white. He is.
I agree. I just wasn't ready for it.
If I said something wrong, say something. But it is like Dominican, Puerto Rican. You just black.
Santo's black.
Yeah, they're black.
Yes,
Oh, I thought
my race is black, but
No. Let me give you.
No
Let me give you the history.
No
so
way.
When white people, the Spanish and the Europeans came over, and they almost annihilated all the Indians. They had nobody to work for them or till their land. So what they did was they took slaves and they took Indians, and that's how you get Dominicans, Puerto Rico. That's how you all that mixing.
yeah,
That's where you get that. Like the salsa
before slaves came to the U.S., they stopped in the Caribbean. That was the Atlantic slave trade. So that's
and they
No, for sure. No. I know that, but what I'm saying is, nigga, I didn't know you was black.
Yeah, listen, yo.
Hold on. But that's why. But you see,
What? No,
I
yo,
asked him. I said, "Oh, go ahead."
This is blowing my mind.
Ty, my
Cosplay.
grandma is your skin tone.
I mean, but I know people who are Hispanic that are dark skin, so like, but they're not black. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
No, but that's why. But that's
So
why.
that's
Hold on.
why-
I got you.
No, but that's why I asked him because, like, no. But that's why I asked him because,
You thought you was
believe
black.
it or not, you're gonna find this funny, Ty. I got a cousin that looks just like him. Not even kidding.
No. I'm just, so crazy. I was thinking in my head. I was like, no, because I let it slip on my mind when you was like your daughter was. I was like,
I get it a lot.
I
Feel
was
like
like,
he's lying.
But that's why I asked him. I was like,
I was in my head like, yo, Santos got a black woman. Shout out. That's what I was. I just thought that. I was like, was Santos a black one?
Yeah,
Okay.
my wife is Dominican. She's Afro Latina. Yes.
yeah. So
That's why I said like yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I asked him. I said real quick, what?
So when we go to Houston and when I show you a picture of my kids, you're gonna see I have a light skinned baby and I have a dark skinned baby.
Yeah, and the
Wow.
crazy part is now I understand it because like my grandmother is like I think she's almost Ty's color, but like I was his color as a baby, so I was like, what the fuck am I? You're a mutt. You're a mutt. Your grandmama's white.
That's
that motherfucker is Spanish. It's like it's that's why I was like this motherfucker is cultured. He got some taste. Okay, hey, where you from? Where are you, real quick? Okay. But no, so that's what I'm saying. So it's like Blade is the reason why superhero costumes are the way they are now. That's why you don't see spandex and shit. You see these motherfuckers wearing leather jackets and suits and shit. Like if it wasn't for Blade, we would have motherfuckers wearing their drawers outside their tights. Because that's DC's standard of heroism. Whereas when it comes to Marvel, Blade broke that fucking mold. Blade showed that a superhero could be fucking cool. Blade literally had his own fucking haircut at barbershops all around the world. Like if you were a little kid and you said, "What you want? I want that blade." You ain't got enough up here to get that blade just yet, little man. Just give it like 3 more weeks and I got you. Like I'm not kidding. Let me get look. He know what I'm talking. Let me get that blade. Oh, you want that blade? I got you. Want the little sign on the side? Yes, sir. Okay. I like Blade changed the culture in such a way that even white people, like before the Matrix came, white people were walking around in trench coats and shades trying to be daywalkers, sir. I'm sorry to let you tell you this, but he was killing white vampires. You might want to stop. And what's crazy is Blade is the only black superhero that killed that amount of white people on TV and nobody said shit about it. Like 99.9% of all the vampires in Blade. You laugh, but you know I'm telling the truth.
Nah, you told the truth.
All the vampires in Blade, 99%
No one
of
cared.
them, yeah, was all fucking white. The only black ones was that little girl and his mama. Other than that, Everybody was black, and I mean, everybody was white, and the only black dude he killed that wasn't a vampire was a human. He said, "I just work for them. I don't give a fuck." Like, damn, that's how you treat coons. You got it, coon. Like, goodbye. You couldn't even, you could not. Cause remember, he was all like, "Wait, I just work for them. I don't give a damn, coon." Click and gun
In
his ass
Minecraft.
down. Look, y'all
in
y'all,
Minecraft.
look,
In
y'all
Minecraft.
over here reminiscing. He's like, damn, hold on, I forgot about it. Hold on,
What?
yeah, he did.
Blade was tough, but to bring up something that you said earlier, though, do you feel like because you said they don't want to make it again, right? Do you think it's a pride thing, or do you think it's like a fear of fucking it up? Why? I feel like they'd make a lot of money, and they're usually motivated by that. So why do you think
You
they
already
won't touch
said it. No, you already said it.
Pride.
The black community has such a foothold on Marvel and DC's neck when it comes to movies and money. They can't fuck that money up. And they know if they make a Blade movie and that shit ain't top dollar and that shit ain't where it is, they already know black people will be like, that's the last straw, bitch. You fuck up look, they let you slide with the first fuck up, number 3. They let you slide with that. Do that shit again. I don't know what to fucking tell you. And that's why you heard him in Deadpool and Wolverine. There's only ever been one Blade, and there will ever only be one Blade. And he was like, looking, and this is my thing. Tell me if you like this or not. I think Mahershala Ali should be the next Blade, but I think this is how the story should go. I think we should watch the movie. Like, remember how Blade 2 started off where you saw Blade kind of like ghosting around and killing vampires and shit? We should see that. But you shouldn't see his face. As far as you're concerned, that's Wesley Snipes. You should see this motherfucker going in, killing vampires left and right, yada, yada, yada. And when he gets to the final boss of the final vampire, he fucks up. And a vampire almost gets to drop on him, but ends up getting shot and vaporized by the sniper, right? And you think it's Wessler. It's not Wessler. That's Blade in the back. And Mahershala Ali is his son. I think the next Blade movie should be him passing the torch. I think Mahershala Ali should be Blade, but I think that should be his. Look, he's like damn, like I think that should be.
That's
his
pretty
son.
good. I'm not gonna
And
lie. That's pretty good.
I think Blade should like be there, like if you're gonna be me or you're gonna take over, you gotta remember, like I told you, you gotta watch your fucking back. These fuckers are nasty. I keep telling you that you're gonna fuck around and get messed up. Well, I think I can take them. You think? Oh shit! I done told you. You know what? Get in the car. Like I think that should be some shit. Like it should be a Blade move where it's literally him learning from his father and understanding where he came from, so that he can basically, like, when Blade is gone, he can make on his own. He's like, I may have all the strength and weaknesses, but I still age. I age slow. I'm not always gonna be here. So you gotta learn, and I think that'd be a great introduction him into the Avengers with Black Knight, etc. Because you would still have Blade, but you'd have this new Blade with a new team of Avengers leading a new superhero. It's so much shit you can do with that. But I think Mahershala Ali should be Blade's son, and I think Blade should be kind of like, because I think if you put Wesley Snipes in that movie and you make him Blade, not only will the black community be on board, but it'll give them some peace of mind because they still get to see who they grew up with, and they get to see that torch getting passed on. So I'm saying.
Yeah,
Marvel,
and they've
if
already
you're watching
done.
this, fucking hire me already. Like, you need to fucking hire me. Y'all better clip this shit. Somebody gonna steal my shit.
Hey, I mean, they've already done stuff regarding like passing the torch in a different way.
Yeah.
When they pass the torch in Hawkeye, when they pass the torch for Natasha to Yelena. So this should be honestly.
But just think about it. You go to the movies. I want y'all to, everybody watching, I want you to put that shit in your mind. Close your eyes and really envision this. Envision Blade 2 when he went to go save Wessler, right? Envision that. You see him going in, he's fucking these guys up, he's cutting them down. You never see his face, so you think that's Wesley. A vampire gets to drop on him, boom, snipe to the back of the head. You think it's Wesley back there. But that's Wesley Snipe. That's Mahershala Ali, and that's when you finally get the face reveal, like, oh shit, like that's his son, and it's basically a father and son movie.
They got to be creative with those trailers though, because
Yeah.
they can't reveal too much.
Exactly.
They're gonna do so much.
I mean-
Marvel, hire me. Hurry the hell up.
Marvel's good enough. They've done a lot of misdirection before. I can believe that. Like, for instance, Thor Ragnarok, when we The whole time we thought Thor wasn't gonna lose his. We like, oh, then how they did it when they had Thor have keep both his eyes in the trailer, but in the movie he actually loses one of them. So
I'm not
like,
even gonna lie to y'all.
they're
He took the
giving us-
nastiest shot at Marvel right then and there. It was so. It was just so. He was so quick with it. Oh yeah, they're good at misdirection. Damn.
I mean, they are though.
He's
but-
no, he's not. He's not wrong. You're not wrong.
I mean, I'm just saying it. You have, from everything I've heard, the toughest part is they were trying to find a director for the Blade movie, but they got everything else. I'm like, look, man, if y'all really want to make the movie, y'all make it.
They've changed it like 3-4 times already. They rewrote the script like 3-4 times. At this point, the movie's cooked. Like
Because they know the script
announced it,
sucked.
like,
They know
half a
that shit
decade ago.
sucked. Nah, that shit they know damn well that shit sucked. I think what they need to do is this. He already killed Dracula, right? Because Dracula's already dead and some shit like that. I think what they need to do is have him kill the first vampire. Like Dracula was not the first vampire at all. Like he was something that came later. They need to. I think what would be really cool is if they stick to the comics and they fight Werner, which he is the actual first vampire in the Marvel universe. I think they should have some shit like that. Like he wants a brand new body and he wants to inhabit Blade's body because his is somehow breaking down. His immortality is not where it needs to be, and he needs a better body to survive. And he wants Blade to be that body. And his son has to basically like he ends up inhabiting Blade's body. And Mahershala Ali has to basically kill his father to save his father and basically get rid of the first vampire that ever been created. I think that'd be some cool shit.
Hey man, shout out. This was a really good conversation in regards to not only comics but also Black storytelling, and I do think a very necessary conversation for sure. So to maybe inspire people, or at the very least, look at
Shout out
storytelling
Santo.
in a different way. Facts. Shout out Santo.
Bruh.
W representation. That's all that's what we're about over here, of course. And we'll move on to this next topic. It's our quick clip. I can name. That's the game, and we're gonna do. I can name anime characters better than Batman, and the individual that will be judging this particular one will be Kinglion, of course, to see if he agrees or not. So basically, how this game works.
Oh damn! I thought y'all wanted me to go ahead. I was gonna list out a fucking.
You got to have 1,000 of them.
I'll say he's the guest. He should be able to participate.
I was gonna be like,
No,
my
that's not how
left
we've
nut
been
is
doing
better
it.
than Batman. We're done. There you go.
I mean, when he said 737 characters better than Batman, I'm like, oh, you got it, bro. You got it.
737 is crazy. So typically, what we do, and I mean, we can, I guess, alter it, but typically, what we've been doing with our guests is that we do it. I can name 20, 10. Everybody says it. And then the next person's right after him goes like, all right, I don't believe you. Bullshit. And then he has to name X amount of characters. And typically for our guests, since they're the ones going to be deciding, if you don't like anything that we say, you just say, nah, I don't agree. And then we have to either argue it or keep on naming. That's
The
typically
chat
how we do
finna hate me, but go for it.
it. All right. Do you guys want to do it this way, or you
That's
guys want to
fine.
alter it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like Lion being the judge, man.
There we go. Nice. All right. I can name 10 anime characters better than Batman.
I believe it.
Brandon, come on.
I can name. I can name.
Tom
15,
too.
I can name 15 characters better than Batman.
Comic books or anime?
Anime.
we
We're
should
only
do
doing
anime.
anime characters.
I believe it.
Go on.
What did you say?
He said
I believe it.
He's at 15.
Oh, I can name 20.
Yeah, I believe it.
Name him.
About to get nasty.
I believe it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not-
The conviction.
I'm
Lion,
not
you
even
have to,
fucking
you-
joking.
you have to
That's
sign-
That's what I'm saying. The conviction. That's what I'm
I would say,
saying.
Lion, you have to sign off on each and every one of these 20 from Lonnie. If Lion don't sign off, you gotta do it and pick another one, Lonnie.
Santo called
Yeah.
again.
yeah.
He
he
called
did.
bullshit on you. And also, let me say this. Don't just name characters. Believe the characters you're naming.
Yeah.
I want to put that out there because sometimes I've done it before where I was just naming because when I named Dragon Ball Z for Naruto, I didn't believe that shit. Dragon Ball Z is not
I mean,
that
we all
Naruto.
knew that was
So
good.
yeah, that was bullshit. You called me out. That was good on you. So only name things you believe in and you're willing to argue.
I believe everything.
Okay.
Real.
20 characters.
Not real. Not real.
20 characters.
Yo,
And next time, Santo has to go up in front of me because the last like five
No,
times
yo, I
Santo
was
call
just
bullshit
thinking
no
that.
matter what for everybody.
it says bullshit.
just
'cause he doesn't want to
thinking
go.
that.
Santo ducking.
Lottie, I was just thinking that.
Anto
if you're in front of
Duncan?
Santo,
Santo's indeed ducking.
Hey, I was if you're in front of Santo, you're literally a ticking time bomb.
Exactly.
Oh, you know what? You know what we should do?
Once you pass 17, I'm like, you know what? Go for it, bro. I know my limits.
What about 16, Santo?
I want to say, does anyone have more than 20? Because we could just keep going.
Do I have more than 20?
Better than Batman?
Yeah, don't have more than 20.
I'm not. Ooh.
Is there?
I got 25.
I don't know. I'm only going off of the Batman that I know. I don't know the deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got 25 for sure.
All right, Miles got 25. Anyone got more than 25?
All right.
I don't got 25.
Better than Batman?
Well, I'm trying. Wait. Okay, hold on a second.
I'm pretty sure we can name so many characters. It's just
No, I feel like we could. You know what? I'm going.
There's no time.
Better version of Batman.
Hold on. Real quick. Y'all have to understand. Batman. I'm sorry. Is
$2 super chat from Angie.
Advance?
Angie just stays interrupting King Lion. I don't know what it is, but $2 super chat. Is Batman prep time an advanced form of Toon Force?
Fuck no, because it doesn't always work. Absolutely not.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I see sometimes I see Tom's Toon Force and Tom and Jerry not work either. You know.
No,
I
there's
see
always
old
works.
Coyote.
These Toon Force don't work sometimes either, man.
Because
And
that's
Elmer
because
Fudd being towed up by Bugs Bunny.
no, because that's not because everybody's Toon Force works different. Like Elmer Fudd's part of their Toon Force is that like they're the bad guy. They keep the joke going, right? That's how, because they're really enacting the Roadrunner or Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird or the Mouse's Toon Force. The villain is just there for the for the comedic relief. They're the result, right? I chase the Roadrunner, he goes beep beep, and then ultimately I get my ass beat or I blow up because I messed up or I overcalculated. Like that's where the gag is. So the Toon Force, it's always working. It's just they're the butt of the joke.
Wow, your Toon Force is losing. That's tough. I would never want that. That's disgusting behavior.
It's losing and surviving anything that happens to me. Like for instance, if I take a thing of ink and I draw a circle, and I'm all like, okay, he's gonna think this is a fucking tunnel. Well, beep beep. It is a tunnel now, bitch. I'm gonna run through it. But guess what? It's not a tunnel for you. Now you look stupid trying to walk through it. That's how it works.
All right. Miles said he can name 25, so he let Lonnie.
I'm ready. Go for it.
So I jumped in front of the bullet for Lonnie. This is wild. Okay.
I do the same for you, Miles.
These are the 25 characters that are better than Batman. So, all right. I wanted to do FMA first. From FMA, I would say Alphonse.
Yep.
I would say Scar.
Yep.
I would say Edward.
Yep.
I would say Father.
Mm.
You're not doing Father?
Hold on. Oh, you know what? I just remembered. Yep. Father.
That's 4.
That's 4. That'll be my 4. I go through from there.
Like I
From
said,
attack. From on Titan.
Hold on. Let me explain why. He was the only person that actually found a way to communicate with his Philosopher's Stone. And every soul that the homunculus transmuted into a Philosopher's Stone, he not only talked to, but he got them to work together with him for the betterment of mankind.
Oh, you talking about Hohenheim?
You talking about Hohenheim?
That's what we're talking about. That's
I was talking Dwarf in the Flask.
He's talking.
You talking homunculus?
Yeah.
The final
the
villain.
first homunculus, though, the original one.
Yeah, no, that one I go. No.
So Hohenheim.
Okay, so I'll drop that one
right,
and I'll
switch
sub him
it,
in for
Hohenheim.
Hohenheim. You'll do Hohenheim though.
Yeah, Hohenheim. Because again,
cool.
what Hohenheim did was he gave the souls in a philosopher, as far as everybody else was concerned, that it was nothing. It was nothing. They were just whatever. He gave them peace and solace, and somehow found a way for them to work together for the better. Who else could you say? Like when he said that, Hermoculus was all like, "You communicated with them, all of them, every fucking one of them. We all united to whoop your ass and save humanity." He was like, "How the
Better
hell is
another
that?"
dad better than Vegeta.
That was a good story of
Crazy.
atonement. That's a good story of
And
atonement.
Goku.
Ty, I
My
have
fault,
your
my fault,
phone
my
number.
fault, my
I'm gonna
fault.
call your ass. You keep playing with me. Go ahead.
So
All right, that's
4.
4.
Where was I gonna go to next? I'm gonna go Attack on Titan. I got Aaron.
Yep.
I got Zeke.
Zeke
Yeah, I'll
is
take
great.
Zeke.
I'm fine with pivoting. I'll leave there. From Naruto, I got Naruto
Oh,
himself.
whoa. No. I'll even give you one for Attack on Titan.
Ooh,
Come on now. Who was the most deadliest one out of all of them?
you don't talk about Levi.
Yes.
Levi?
Yes.
I wouldn't get.
Nobody is a bigger hater than my boy. He said, "Bitch, I'm going to get you." You understand me? I'm
I
going
feel
to.
you.
The determination. You're not going. No, sir. Your ass belongs to me. And
Levi is a dog.
he's a dog.
Yeah, okay, so hey, you helping me? I'll throw Levi on the list. We got Levi at 7. I'm gonna hop to Naruto. Naruto, I got Naruto himself.
Yep.
I got brother Sasuke.
Yep.
I got Madara.
That's 10. Or
Hold on.
I'm waiting on my. I got another one from Naruto. If we're not feeling Madara.
Really?
I'll
It's a-
I'll take Madara because he's willing to do what Batman isn't. Go for it.
And then my next one was gonna be Nagato, i.e. Pain.
No, I can't say Pain. Can't say Pain.
Fair enough.
Not
So we'll leave-
Jiraiya? Jiraiya?
No helping, no helping.
I didn't
Ryan
say
is the judge, so
I'm-
he can know.
I didn't say Jiraiya
My
because
fault,
to
gang,
me,
my
no.
fault,
But
my
Lion,
fault.
do you think Jiraiya?
Hell no. Absolutely not.
Really?
I'll train you if you show me some titties. Absolutely not. Absolutely
You're
not.
not fucking with.
That's not valid. That's not valid.
Absolutely not. Mm-mm.
oh
No.
no.
I will happily teach you whatever you want as long as you show me them ass and titties. Go for it. Yes, sir. Like, no, I'm good.
Yeah,
A
well,
simple man. He's a simple
That,
man.
no.
Yeah, man, what the hell did I just come back to?
don't worry about it, man. It's too much.
So that's 10. All right. Where am I going to pivot? I'm gonna go Berserk. The trio, Casca, Guts, and Griffith. I feel like those 3 are stamped.
Not Griffith.
Not Griffith.
Mm-mm.
That is cool.
Okay.
We're saying better than
Griffith.
Batman, right?
Better than Batman.
I get what you said. I get where you're coming from.
No,
I understand.
Again, we're saying better than Batman. I'll give you Guts, and that's it out of all of them. But if we're saying better than Batman, Griffith is going to hell again. Like I would castrate him. Like I would like I'm not like I'm sorry, y'all. Like if it was up to me, I would castrate him, tie his ass up, and it'd be me and him in the tunnel somewhere. Forever. It would just be us.
I
Okay,
hear you,
all right,
but
I see
a
what you're
better
doing.
written. Okay, so you're just talking about just are
Even
you're
if we
not
say
giving him
even
a
if
better
we say
written
better
a better
even,
written character?
even if we say better or even better written, you have to understand that it's like what Griffith did is no different than like the Joker. It's no different than a lot of other villains that have. Yeah, what he did was. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. That was fucked up. But when you actually read DC, yeah, people like the comedian who's done something similar or got close because he almost R-worded his own teammate, and then got his ass beat just for her to get degraded by her own partner who saved her, and then she ended up going back to him. So you talking about like stories like that? What Berserk did is not new. DC and Marvel and
No,
and
I'm
Image
not.
Comics.
I'm not pushing on the it's not being new, but I'm just talking about motivation of the character, the way the character is written, his ambition, willingness to do whatever it takes to overcome his goal, his relationship with Guts, and all of that. Still not better than Batman?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm at 11. Not even Casca. They're fair enough.
Casca is just wrong place, wrong time. Like you just
Ooh.
wrong place, wrong time. Like
I got you. Fair enough.
We're here. We're hurt.
I'm gonna go JJK. I'm gonna do Sukuna.
Yep.
I think that's the easy one. I'm gonna do Gojo as well.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do Ghetto.
I'll take Ghetto.
Okay. So that's 14. You seen Evangelion?
Of course.
Shinji for sure.
I wouldn't.
He faltered in the end, but Shinji.
I'll never get that motherfucker points. I don't care, bro.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry.
He
I'm with him. Like he said, you see Evangelion? Of course. Shinji? Absolutely not.
He saved the world.
Hold on. Get your crying ass in that fucking corner.
But
you don't know.
He saved the world.
It's something wrong with him. You go from I really love this person and I want her to love me too. I'm finna choke this bitch out and kill her. Like what the no, I'm good.
But
like you're not. No,
I feel you, but he didn't know if she was real or not. He didn't know.
There's something wrong with your ass. You were hold on. You were in love with a clone of your own mama because your daddy's a freak.
Let's go.
I don't give no.
It gets bad with Shinji. He didn't even mention the worst scene, but
that's
like
what I'm trying to be nice. Y'all trying to keep this like no.
Yo, Shinji, bro.
No.
I hear you, Miles, but nah, bro. I can't.
No.
I don't rock with Shinji at all.
We're at 14. Spike Seagal from Cowboy Bebop.
Yes.
You got Yusuke?
Yes.
Okay, that's 16. Where am I going to pivot? I did AOT. Let's do some My Hero, folks. How about All Might?
Hell no.
No All Might? Can you tell us why?
Not. The motherfucker fed himself to a child and gave a child powers and abilities that could have killed him.
That's a crazy.
You ever did a guess this anime off of crazy descriptions? That's the craziest description I've ever heard in my life.
Oh my god, that's a great idea. I'm doing that next time, bro. I'm doing that.
But tell me I'm fucking wrong. It's like, what about All Might? You fed himself inside a little kid. You fed yourself to a child again against his mother's wishes. She didn't even know about this shit, and you gave him powers that could have either got him killed or somebody else killed. And because
Shout
of
out
you,
Sukuna.
you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like you.
No, but wait, no symbol of peace, nothing.
Kiss my ass, like.
I ain't lie. Once you get on line bad side, he don't care about nothing else you do. Or showing that bad side, man.
Give a fuck.
Valid.
He see the feet, that hair. He was like,
Bro, because I was like, I'm thinking like it would have been better. It would have been better if All Might like this. Okay, remember when Midoriya was trying to save Bakugo from that nasty ass like shitty water monster? It would have been better if like All Might would have tried to save them and something would have happened. He go, oh shit, and he couldn't like help, but he knew he had to transfer. It would have been better if he would have transferred. Look, kid, I can't save Bakugo the way I am, but I can give you what I have, and if you just step forward and punch, you can save him. Can you be a hero? That would have been a better transfer. Not here. Let me pull some of my fucking hair out and watch you swallow this shit.
But that would have been weak as hell. He lost to a mud monster.
But it
was he gotta fight all for one and Nobu next. Like that, you know what I'm saying?
But
that would be crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm saying there could have been a better way of doing it than saying swallow me and gain my power. That's just not. That's what he says. He's like,
why?
Bro, is that not? You gotta eat this.
We got Sukuna on the. Let me.
Absolutely. Hold on. Why you don't want Sukuna up there?
No, it's not that I don't want Sukuna, but it sounds pretty similar to me.
No.
Sukuna didn't have any.
Because the way he got his powers was all like he did this shit of his own volition. It wasn't like anybody was doing this shit behind his back or whatever like that. This is not the same as like when it came to Midoriya. This is a grown ass man with a little boy talking about swallow me.
I
And
ain't gonna
gain my
lie, man. You gotta
power.
stop phrasing like that.
That's what Ty, is that not what happened?
I know what something literally happens, and then
You
I know
gotta
what
you gotta ingest my DNA for you to get my come on.
This is a very
the phrasing is
this is a crazy description.
This is anime. This is anime. Swallow me and gain my power. Stop it. Like hold on. You know that video where old boys all like, no, hold on, real shit.
Oh my god.
You know that video where old boys all like, would you stroke Superman into completion and swallow the bus to gain his powers? Same shit.
I don't know what's be on your For You page. I ain't see that video.
Same shit.
Hold on.
But I feel like that.
You kept watching the video after that?
We're mutual, so but
We're mutual.
Hey,
I'm concerned bro said yes.
Hey,
I'm concerned bro said yes.
Hey, hold on. If you go to the comment sections, they're all like, I would. Because he's asking a question. People's all like, I would do it. And that's Midoriya. Like, no matter how you look at it, Midoriya, you got to swallow my hair and it basically swallow me, gain my power.
So King Lion, I got a question. So you stroking Superman to completion to get his power?
Absolutely not. Shoot me. Absolutely not.
Yo, why are we talking about
What's
this?
up?
I would rather die.
What
he's asking is valid because so many people was all like, I would. I'm like, you're something's wrong with you.
I don't know.
But all I'm saying is there could have been a better way to. He could have transferred by just saying shake my hand or some shit like that. But no, you were all like, you gotta swallow this, eat it, eat me like I'm Jesus and you're at church. And drink the wine. Eat the like. What kind of fucked up? I'm just like, why? Why?
Oh my goodness! Hey, shout out, bro.
We're at 16.
Go for
no
it.
All Might. We're good.
Absolutely not.
No.
Okay.
One Piece
from Death Note.
Oh, Light, hell yeah. Light Yagami, absolutely.
How about L from Death Note?
Absolutely. Wait, hold on. L is a better detective than Batman. Detective in DC is better than Batman. Batman is a shitty detective, and like if you actually read detective comics, he sucks. He fucking sucks.
He's really
like shit happens to him, and he's all like, "Why didn't I see this coming?" I don't fucking know. Maybe because you suck at your job. So go for it.
Killua from Hunter x Hunter.
I know, but no, I wouldn't say Killua.
Okay. Lelouch.
Ooh. Fuck.
Come on, Lion.
Damn.
Pick my dog. Come on.
I'll give you Lelouch. I'll give you Lelouch.
Aizen?
Hell yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Aizen praise on the podcast. Oh my god.
Hey, Aizen, boy, hell yeah. When he said I refuse to be listen. Aizen is what black people need to be today. I refuse to be ruled by that thing. Fuck that. I reject.
For real.
Reject this world the way we absolutely.
So Lion. I'm not
Aizen Glaze on the podcast.
So hold on.
Absolutely.
Lion, and this is not a name, but now I'm curious. I'm at 20. This is not a name, but I'm curious. I know you don't fuck with Itachi, right? I know you don't. Betraying your own people, bro?
Oh, we like context out here. We like context out here.
Santo had to sprinkle something in there, but
so I can't be mad at Itachi because I understand why he did it.
Of course.
And I like put yourself in his situation. Even his parents. Remember, his parents understood. It was like no matter what happens, you like they're gonna kill us regardless. We're all gonna die regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But we can save one. We can literally say, and he had to bite. It had to bite that bullet. So I can't hate him for that. But it's like I don't blame him. I blame the village. That's why I've never been like I
Fair.
love the village hidden. I've always been like fuck them. Pain should have wiped
I
y'all out a long
agree.
time ago because y'all ain't shit. Especially when my boy died with the little X. I'm not gonna say his name because we gonna just take a moment of silence. But the fact that you died a slave over some shit that could have been solved a long time ago, you can kiss my ass. I will always hate that show for that. You didn't even
Mm,
know what the fuck freedom tastes like. You died with a brand on. Like
mm,
I don't want to hear it. So like, but I get it, but I don't blame all those things that happened
on
on the
them.
villains. I blame that shit on the village itself and the people who ran that shit because it's y'all fault these kids went through what they went through, and it's y'all fault these villains became what they are. That's on you, bitch. Like I don't look at them like that. I don't. No, hell, burn the whole village should have been village hidden in the leaves. Burn that bitch. You should have set fire to that whole fucking village. Everybody should have went. I'm sorry. No.
Editor, you're gonna clip this anyway because it's part of the thing. Itachi love, we need it. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm on the other side of the fence, but since we're here, can I have him now? That was way different than I thought it was gonna go. Can I have him?
Go ahead.
Thank you. Not gonna One Piece niggas. Luffy
Oh, absolutely.
for sure. Doflamingo.
Doflamingo should have been black. He should have been black. He should have been black. Absolutely, but he should have been black.
Is there a black celestial dragons?
No.
It's not, but
Nah,
it's
that'll be
like
too racist.
it.
Nah.
But no, but it's like it's just certain characters. There's no way you didn't think to make his ass black. There's no fucking way you gave him a story like that and you just said, nah, no, blonde hair, pink shades, fuzzy shit around the neck. Go for it. Like, no, like, come on, bro.
He had to be an elite. Had to.
Delete my ass.
Law.
Why would you put Law?
I think his background, coming from a family of doctors who unfortunately were able to die to a disease they couldn't cure. I think that was crazy. I think him kind of adopting the life of a syndicated criminal, not having really anywhere to go, and kind of falling into a life of crime, thinking he wanted to destroy everything, because of kind of what befell on his people and where he's
Yeah,
from.
but that doesn't make it better than Batman though.
I think going through all of that and evolving and coming out on the other side is a good thing. And then
No.
I think the parallel of his people having an incurable disease and him getting a devil fruit that can cure anything, I think that's good poetry.
See, that's like I can't. That one I can't do because the problem is like what makes Batman such a compelling character is that he has everything he needs to cure Gotham. This fucker doesn't.
Exactly.
Like
He's
he has everything in the world that he needs to cure Gotham. And he literally fucking doesn't. Now, doesn't that mean that would make him better than Batman? I mean, in a moral standpoint, sure. Writing wise, I can't give it to him. I
Okay.
can't because the problem is it's like the reason why your people are able to be cured isn't because of something that you're doing. This is something given to you. You've been given like the cheat code. Oh, I can cure it. It's not a. It'd be different if you actually found a way to like you. No, I loved my people so much that I studied and found this cure on my own, and that'd be different. But no, I ate a magic gummy worm and look at me.
The
I
only
shit ice
thing,
cream now.
the only thing I would juxtapose to that, because I'm not gonna fight for the character too hard. I do think it's like to kind of personify him into a real person would be like picture all your people are gone and now you have to live with something that could have saved all of them and you have to kind of like lament on that.
Batman lives with that every day. The amount of people who die in Gotham that he could have saved or he could have stopped, and he had everything he needed, but he didn't do it. Like in the failsafe era, he created failsafes. Failsafe let criminals out in Gotham to kill families. You know what he did? He watched, and he said himself, "I could easily just give myself up and save all those people." Fuck it. Damn, Bruce, really? Fuck it. I gotta beat him. Fuck it. Like, okay. So we just died for nothing. Got it.
All right, you got two
fair.
more.
Alucard.
He's all like, shit.
Fair. Alucard.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. No, fuck that. Absolutely.
go ahead.
Not only
Go ahead.
absolutely, but knowing what the fuck he went through as a kid, because I had not even studied the Vatican or the Pope or even that history. And I'm watching Helsing and I see them drag his ass in their room, strip his fucking clothes off, and watch him bite them sheets. And I'm just like, what's happening? And I don't understand. And I'm like, wait, that's real? I started looking, I was like, oh, y'all got down like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you sick. Oh shit! Like yeah, no, Alucard. Oh, I love me some Helsing, baby. I love me some.
Helsing Ultimate is elite, bro.
Yes, sir. I love me some. Cause like I love when he begs oh boy not to take the thorn from Jesus. He was like, please, Anderson, don't do it. Don't become a monster. Don't become a tool for them. Beat me as a man. Like he's like he's pleading for him. Don't do this because if you do this, you will no longer be a man and you'll just be a weapon for them like I am. Beat me as a man. And he was all like, nah, fuck it. Put that shit in himself. And he was like, fuck. It's like this.
Yeah,
like,
he was pissed when
he was
Anderson.
pissed. He was hurt because like he cares about humanity. He loves humanity, and what he really is he's the hero of the story. You think what he's doing is cruel, but he's taking out all the trash. Like when he's all like, the soldiers, you ate your own men. You fed on them, bitch. They were all monsters. You think these fuckers was killing and destroying children in the name of God because some white man told him to do this shit? They all gotta go. Like he was the ultimate trash can for all the bad shit in the world. And he knew that he had to be what he was if it meant the world would be safe from all these fuck ups. And that's what makes him. See, I promise y'all, it's motherfuckers watching this shit right now going, God damn, he do watch anime. Like, I swear to God, like, y'all, like, he is everything. He is literally everything. He has to exist so the world can keep going the way it is because the only thing that can stop those monsters is him. Nothing else is strong enough to keep the world. Because you notice he never killed the innocent. He never went after the innocent. His whole thing was eating what? Monsters. That's why that's why Helsing did what he did. Helsing trapped his ass into an eternal contract, knowing if his family and the world was ever going to truly be safe, they had to have a monster on their own because heroes can't stop that shit and heroes can't live forever, but monsters are eternal. Monsters will always be eternal. And that's why Helsing, absolutely. Fuck bitch Wayne. Absolutely.
And one of the only villains to actually technically win at the end. A human didn't even beat him. He had to turn into a monster himself.
Literally. So it's like I love him so goddamn much. Like and Integra, baby, you should have went ahead and dusted them cobwebs off of him. You the hell is wrong with you? I'm too old. You waited too long. Bullshit, girl. You better get over there and let him have some of that wine, baby. He been waiting on you forever. Integra. Damn. But go ahead, you got it.
Helsing Ultimate love. You love to see it.
But I've been watching anime for so long. I've seen animes a lot of people haven't even fucking heard of. But Helsing it's a couple of vampire werewolf animes that I like, but Helsing is probably the best. Next to Blood Plus, I would say Blood Plus is more like a very poetic anime. There's another one I can't remember the name of.
Ever seen Claymore?
Claymore, oh yeah, but Claymore's not really like a.
It's not vampires, but it's they're monsters.
They're monsters,
yeah,
but it's not.
It's demon stuff. But there's one I do want to put you on. But Miles, name your last one.
I'll do a layup. Sailor Moon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
25.
Absolutely.
You need to peep. What is the one that Lonnie told me about? This is my second favorite vampire anime. What is it called?
Case Studies of Vanitas.
Case Studies of Vanitas.
Hold on. What's it about?
The premise of Case Study of Vanitas is that the main character has a book that is able to is he able to heal or destroy vampires? I forget which one it was.
It's like
But basically,
destroys like the evil
ahead.
spirits of them and stuff like that.
Yeah, no,
destroys the evil spirits.
I need to go watch. I need to. Okay, I need to. Cause I haven't seen that one. One that I have seen though is that he's a priest and he's like Helsing, but he's like
Trinity blood. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, and it's like he's a
Like
priest. He's
dragon
a
and stuff?
vampire. It's like I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. But Helsing is just I just kept going back to Helsing. Like, nah, this shit's better. There's one that I would say no one should ever watch, and I think it should be burned. Um, I think it's called something Vampire Ball, but basically there's a vampire chick. She looks like she's fucking 12. She turns into a grown ass vampire chick with big old boobs, and she's in love with a werewolf. And I feel like that anime should just get burned. I feel that anime should just be that was an anime that came on Toonami, like Toonami Adult Swim one night, and it had a short run because even I was like, the fuck am I watching? This is that bitch looked like she's 12 or 11. I'm done. This is no. Have a good day. Mm-mm.
Yeah, anime got crazy allegations.
Yeah.
All right. Before we wrap up to the podcast, we at the very least need to address some of this stuff. Lion, if you want to stick around, feel free. But it's time for the NBA talk, and we're gonna do.
I did want to ask him one comic question real quick.
Go for it.
Because the last year plus, like the Absolute universe has been like taking over the comics. I was wondering, do you think like the Absolute verse is just going to be an outlier, or do you think it's going to be a long staple in DC that's going to eventually get like an animated series and all that?
I like that you asked. No, I like that you asked. I know why you're asking that question. So DC, for the most part, hasn't been doing good in sales for a while, right? Marvel always beats them top 10, you name it. The Absolute universe, whereas the comic that's really selling the most is Absolute Batman. Absolute Batman, all those comics, the top 25 comics of 2025 were all, for the most part, majority of it was Absolute Batman shit. Why? Because every comic featured a new character, which was an issue one, which means each comic book was a key issue, right? Bringing the price value for that comic up, which is why so many collectors was buying so many of them, because every Absolute Batman issue damn near was a fucking key issue with new characters never seen before, etc. That's why people was buying it a lot. Now, as for do I think it's going to be a huge staple and it's going to be here for a while? Absolutely. It's bringing DC back to a point where they actually have a foot. They actually have something to say now. Here's the problem though: it's fucking up their markets for all their other comics because the main lines aren't selling like that. Everybody's spending their money on the Absolute Universe, and at some point that's gonna hurt DC. It's gonna hurt them a lot because with Marvel, everybody buys everything when it comes to Marvel. When it comes to DC, your main line books really aren't selling like that. They really aren't. Everything that's selling for you for the most part, DC KO, Boss Battle, Absolute Batman, Absolute Wonder Woman, Absolute Flash, and other than that, you got the mainline Batman, and that's pretty much it for the most part. Everything else, you're not really nothing's fucking moving. So it's making them money right now, but they're gonna have to fix the problem or at least dial down how much they sell to get people back interested into their mainline shit. And even they know that's an issue that they're having, and it didn't help that the director of DC came the fuck out and made the statement that he made about anime and comics. That didn't do them no fucking favors, because people read what he said wrong and they thought that he was saying that anime was better. It's never what he said. He just said, I look at their success and I look at what we have and I say, what do we do next? Or, because we've done damn near everything, but what do we do next? How do we improve? Because now they got some competition. You saying that the way you did you put a knife to your fucking neck. And now you have DC Compacts, which are basically manga versions of a whole ass DC series, and they're selling like hotcakes because the problem with comic books and manga has never been continuity. It's never been storytelling. What it's always been is access. If I want to read all of fucking One Piece, I just start from chapter 1 to chapter. What are they on now? What's the manga
11,
chapter?
1100. It's 1100 something.
No, not that. I mean, like, what's the actual, like, what is it like? How
Like
many
11,
manga? How many
Oh,
manga books?
volumes?
Yeah, volumes.
20 Ty, how many volumes is One Piece? In the 20s, like
No,
27, right?
it should be
25.
at 100 now, or something, shouldn't it?
It's
Well,
way
not
higher.
100 or 40
I
or
think
50.
I
One of
think
them.
You said it again?
How many volumes is One Piece now? In the hundreds?
It's like 100. It's like 100 and like
Oh shit.
100 like 12.
yeah, that's
13.
34 volumes right
Yeah,
now.
it's
Yeah.
130. It's like 113.
Yeah,
Okay,
100.
so right there, you just have to read 113 volumes, right? When it comes to comics, if you don't know what you're doing, you'll end up reading a bunch of shit that may not be mainline, right? So that's all it's ever been is access. What the DC compacts do is they take everything and they put that bitch in one small ass book that's $9, and it makes it easier for the reader to know what they don't have to go looking for. They don't gotta hunt anymore. And that's what's helping them because it's never been continuity. It's never been storytelling. It's just access. And now you're giving readers the opportunity to actually access these stories. You still have your single issues and your trades and your omnibus. Sure. Like you have all your, your big shit, and these are guidebooks, but you have all your big shit. But it's like you're taking it now, you're making it easier and you're making it cheaper because now what I would have paid for an omnibus, right? 150, 160, maybe 175, depending on how big it is, right? That's how much I would have paid for an omnibus, a complete series of something, right? And you have omnibus 1, omnibus 2, omnibus 3. Now I can get that entire fucking omnibus 1 for $9. The $150 I would have spent on one big ass book, I can buy several fucking series now. So it is making them money because now they're fixing the problem when it comes to price and consumer. That's all it is. That's all it's ever been. So to answer your question, yeah, I think DC Absolute is here to stay. It's literally here to stay. They will make an animation out of it. They have to. They don't have a choice at this point. You would be leaving money on the fucking table if you didn't do that
I think
because
it's
the
the best
problem.
story they've had the last few years. Like Absolute Wonder Woman is.
What man, look, I don't miss a fucking I worship her. I love her shit. The only thing I don't like is the artist, the original artist for issue 1. The if you read her new annual, the artist that did that, they need to keep it with that. They need to keep it to that and stop the bullshit. But for the readers who don't have access to Absolute Batman comics, once you make a fucking movie, your price, how much you sell will just go up, and then the price of the annuals and the issue 1s and all those key issues will also go up by, I think what Absolute Batman issue 1 is up to a couple hundred right now. If and I'm not saying I have 10 copies of the original. I'm not saying that. Um, I'm not saying that I have 10 copies of each Absolute Batman comic that came out. I would never say that publicly. What I am saying is some people are about to be rich as shit when they make a fucking movie. That's all I'm saying. Because if issue 1, let's think about this. If issue 1 of Absolute Batman is already worth a couple $100 without being graded, without being graded, and they're all key issues, what happens when you get a show?
So, how do you feel about the absolute version of Bruce Wayne?
I love it, but at the same time, I see his flaws basically, right? I see the sickness that's coming with him as a character. Is he blue collar? Absolutely. Did he lose his father? Most definitely. Is he a better version of Batman that we've been wanting for a while? Most definitely. But does he still make the same mistakes, like putting his friends in danger, being a hypocrite, not being there for your friends as you should, just like Batman did? Absolutely. You're telling the same story. You're just giving it a new face. It's a great read, it is, but you're gonna run yourself into a problem to where people won't be able to like look at the difference between them. There'll be so many similarities. You and Selena, y'all aren't together. You're barely together. She's always breaking your heart. Damn, where have we seen that shit before? Your friends get fucked up and mutilated and turned into villains. Oh shit, where have we seen that shit before? Oh God, you won't do what's necessary to protect your city. Oh wow, where have we seen that shit before? Like your best friend's a fucking house pet right now. He lives in a sewer and you gotta feed him meat to keep him from eating other people. And you ride his ass like a fucking leather horse. So it's a great book. It's a great read, but they're writing themselves into an issue that at some point is going to cost them dearly because if you don't make him do what the other Bruce won't do, then why am I spending my money reading? I'm reading Batman. I'm just reading broke urban Batman. Because Joker's him confronting the Joker is coming up. So what happens if he doesn't kill him? What happens if he does the same shit Bitch Wayne's always done in all his series? If you're gonna make a different universe and you're gonna say he's absolute, this is guy, oh my god, okay, cool. You gotta prove that to the readers. Because if you sit here and you have him do the same shit that Batman has done since his earliest conception, then people are gonna stop buying it because what are they reading that's really different? He needs to kill. He needs to take life. He killed Bane, which is great, but he didn't know that Bane survived, which is good. He's willing to do it, and it's great how you're writing it, but he still needs to, like, there are characters in which he should just be snapping necks at some point, just say, nah, fuck it, you gotta go. Like, he needs to, there are decisions that he needs to start making as a character, because if you don't, you will run into the problem of, like, oh, well, they're just, yeah, mark my fucking words. Oh, he's just the same character. Oh my god, yada yada yada. That's gonna happen. So, yeah, he's here to stay. But if they keep writing him the way they're doing, they're gonna write into a wall, and they're gonna be in some trouble.
No, you got it. That's
All
my
right.
thing. He's just really bad at his job. They're just like, there's no fundamental reason why the Joker should be alive.
At all.
There's no fundamental reason why.
No, here you go. Batman, how come you don't kill Joker? Bullshit, you not. His exact words. I'm afraid that Gotham would make something worse. Cool, make a bigger gun. What the fuck are we doing here? What the fuck are we? You don't kill this bitch because you're afraid Gotham's gonna send something worse? Make a bigger
That is
gun.
insane. That is insane.
Dig a deeper hole. Why would you say so? What the fuck? What is this? What is this? I don't kill. Batman let Joker kill a black woman and her black family in a black church, and then got on his knees and prayed with him. That's that. I'm not kidding. You can Google that. Batman watched the Joker kill a room of doctors and scientists, and then went crazy and saved his bitch ass from himself. Batman gave a child a deadly weapon after Joker killed that kid's parents in front of him. I'm sorry the Joker killed your mother and father, I promise. I'm going to bring him to justice, but in the meantime, here's a batarang. Here you go. And then that kid takes the batarang, shoves that bitch through a baseball bat, and starts killing people with it. You gave a child a deadly weapon, and he went to go kill villains in which you're supposed to like what? You're a fucking hypocrite. You're a fucking hypocrite. Because anybody else would have done that shit.
I can sense the hatred through that through your conversation. A lot of Batman talk, a lot of comic talk for today's podcast episode. We are approaching the 3-hour mark, so we will start wrapping up the show. We do appreciate you coming on because there's a lot of very thought-provoking conversations here, especially on like certain like inspirational messages as well as informational sentiments about Black creation, how to become a creator. All of these are very valuable. Any final words you got before we wrap up, Line?
Just for because you could probably use this clip too. Could we get like the top 5 comics people should be reading in 2026?
Oh, absolutely. DC's KO, absolutely. You need to read that. Aquaman, definitely read that. Absolute Batman, everybody's already reading that. Scarlet Witch, Sorcerer Supreme, Ultimates that just came out. This is the end of the universe, and then you have the Avengers, which we just found out that the Marvel universe was created by Marvel characters, which is crazy. I know some of y'all probably confused listening to that, but basically there's this device called the Grail. The Marvel characters created a portal to the beginning of everything, right? In the void, where it was just the void. The Grail exploded and it created the first firmament. If you don't know who the first firmament is, the first firmament is how eternity came to be. Eternity is the multiverse. He's the physical manifestation of the Marvel universe as a whole. And he came out of the first firmament because the first firmament fractured when the Celestials had a war with each other, and that war was so vast that it spilled out of him and created its own multiverse. The first firmament, which still exists, is the first Marvel universe. It's the first one completely. And we just found out that it was created from the Grail through the Avengers themselves. So those are the comics I think you guys should be reading. There are more comics that you guys should be reading, but he's at 5. A new Daredevil one just came out. You guys gotta go. You gotta go read that. Iron Fist, absolutely. For younger readers, I would say Marvel's Champions, Strange Academy, and Runaways. For DC, on the other hand, DC, I would for kids, I would just stick with Titans. I would really just stick with Titans. If you have kids and you want to get them into DC Comics, I would say let them read Super Sons. And then there's another series, I forgot the name, but it's basically Sinestro's son and Val's and Zod's son. They're in a comic together. But Justice League Unlimited is also a great series for kids to read too, because it's really good. Oops. Sorry, and let me see, and what else? And Absolute One Woman. But yeah.
All right, excellent.
That's comics you can throw in for a clip. Anyone else got anything?
No.
Nope.
Besides that, I will catch y'all later. Y'all have a good night.
All right, excellent.
Okay.
Well, it looks like that is all we got for today's podcast episode. Appreciate everybody tuning in. 3-hour podcast episode with our guests. Like and subscribe. Rate the podcast 5 stars. You have a good one. Take care and peace.